like a small, um, I would say, a sneak peek into all the social media channels we're looking at, and we talked about how these platforms are different, how each audience is different, how these platforms behave differently, the kind of communication which goes into different. We talked about how social media marketing is also different from traditional. What makes social media marketing important? From being highly measurable to having a mass reach to be able to create personalized communication to be very quick real time, all these things we had talked about. And we started with Facebook, and we talked about how content works on Facebook, the algorithm, what is engagement, what is reach, how do we measure it. We talked about Facebook groups, pages, how to create content on Facebook, what are the good content practices, and eventually we moved to Facebook ads, right? So I told you about the three kinds of targeting, and what kind of objectives can be used to leverage ads, etc. So up till now, we've talked about Facebook majorly, and we've talked about how Facebook can be leveraged, into creating some good brand awareness and engaging audiences, right? So now, today, we'll talk about another social media channel. So moving forward, now we'll talk about different social media channels and try to take a deeper dive into all of them. So today, we'll talk about Twitter and LinkedIn, and these are again two very important social media channels. And the way the audience behave here, the way things work, the way people engage, it's all different. Like you can't just say that okay, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, they're all same. No, they're not. So let's just get that out of the way first, right? So always remember that every social media channel is different. The audience which you have there is different. The way in which things happen, like the way in which people talk, the kind of conversations which happen is different, and the way things move around is also different. So when we did Facebook, I told you it's more about creating a rational or an emotional appeal, or maybe intriguing people. Yes, Alok, right. Or maybe intriguing people with information and knowledge and bringing out the wow factor with content. So when you want to market something, Facebook is really a great place to invoke some emotion, right? You can create something which makes people happy, sad, awestruck, confused. You ask them questions, engage with them. It's all mellow, soft, laid back content. You can give them news. These days, Facebook has become a huge portal for dispensing news and stuff, right? So you create that communication which is subtle, mellow, and creates an emotional appeal. But now, if we talk about a social media channel like Twitter, it is very different. Twitter is very fast paced. Like if something's happening, people are suddenly talking about it, and suddenly something else starts happening, and people start talking about it. So it's like that. It just has a lot of chatter and buzz, and it's very real time, very quick, very fast. And another very different, or I would say important difference, which Twitter has is that it's more of a public platform. It's a platform where things are highly public, and you can search about them and see them and talk to people and stuff. So as we move forward, I'll try to give you a broader picture of what I'm trying to say. But you need to understand that Twitter as a social media channel is completely different from Facebook. LinkedIn is completely different from Facebook and Twitter, and all these channels are different, right? So, how many of you are not very active on Twitter, or maybe you are not like very much, into Twitter? Like, how many of you are like not very active, or didn't log in much, or don't have an account? Okay, Pranjal is not. Rakesh is not. Okay. Oh, many many of you are not. Okay, fine. Don't worry. We'll change that perception today, and we'll make it fun for you guys. Don't worry, and we'll try to give you a good understanding of how Twitter is and how it functions. I think it's not your fault. The thing is, the platform is great, and the way in which things happen there is very interesting. The only problem is it takes a little while to grow on you, and it's at times a little difficult to understand. So I'll help you bridge that, and we can then together understand how marketing on Twitter works as well, right? Come. So let me first. So I'll take like 10 minutes and explain to you guys how Twitter is incredibly different from all other social media channels, and what all happens on Twitter which doesn't happen in other places. Okay, so just hang on. Cool. So let's say this is Facebook, right? Oh, sorry, apologies. Let's say this is the universe of Facebook, and these are all the people who are there on Facebook, right? Now, as you guys know, since Facebook is very strict with privacy, and it's more of a social network where you connect with people who you know or you send a request to. So when you look for conversations on Facebook, you have to be very particular about what and whom you're talking to. That means if I am a user on Facebook, So I will have a couple of friends with whom I'll be connected, and I'll be able to see their data and their information, and I would be able to subscribe to their feed, right? So it's not like, if there's a let's say, in a parallel universe, if I don't know a few of you and you guys are also there on Facebook, right, and I don't know you, and you guys are posting something and your friends can see it, do you think I can see it if we are not connected on Facebook? Do you think that content will be visible to me if we are not connected? No, it wouldn't. So on Facebook, you have to add people as friends, or maybe like a page or join a group. You need to get into it to subscribe to that content, right? So hence, when you search for something on Facebook, it's very limited, because people also have, a lot of filters in place for security and privacy. I mean, if I have 1,000 friends in my profile, so not everyone gets to see what I want to show. My privacy settings are like that. Whereas when we talk about a platform like Twitter, right? I mean, if this is the entire universe of Twitter, and all the people on Twitter, so everything is out there in the open. I mean, it's not like you have to connect with people just to know what they're saying. So if these are all the people on Twitter, like, if these are all the people who are there on Twitter, so you need not send requests to each other. Sorry, you need not send requests to each other to be able to see their content. It's not like that. It's more of a public platform. So whatever is there on Twitter is searchable, and you can search it with Twitter's search, and you can see what people are talking about for a particular topic or something like that. So that's one of the key differences. Now, talking about the kind of conversations that happen, right? I mean, uh, it is something very basic but very important to understand. See, and let me try to explain it in a very laymanish way, or in a way which is easy to understand. So, Facebook is like the four walls of your house. You only talk to people whom you know, obviously, who are a part of your network, and you talk about things that are private and personal to you. Whereas Twitter is like that bench in the society park or that marketplace area where you see what people are talking about and you can get into conversations with them. So while in your own home, you'll talk about a lot of personal things and things that matter to you, and things that are a little personal of in nature. Twitter would be more of things where you talk about public matters, general topics and discussions and stuff like that, and where you connect with people, anyone. You talk to strangers. I don't know if you guys have ever been on a train journey. Strangers become best of friends, start talking about politics and stuff. If you They start playing actually. If you've ever seen the community park, so all the Uncle G's would sit and discuss politics. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but it is that kind of a sentiment which works on Twitter, as opposed to Facebook, where you connect with people, send them requests. Things are very private. Hence, to put it all in a nutshell, Facebook is a more private kind of a platform where you connect with your friends and network, like your colleagues, your friends, family, and you share things that are, you can share within your own network. Whereas Twitter is more of a public platform. It's a place where you can even connect with strangers and talk about things that are public in nature, where you share your thoughts and opinions. So that is a fundamental difference between both of them. So, are you guys getting what I'm trying to say? Majority of you might not be active on Twitter because you think your friends are not there, or your friends are already on Facebook. What is the point of going on Twitter? But Twitter is not for connecting with your friends. So Twitter is for connecting with people with whom you share interests. So hence you have an option of following and not adding or sending requests. So you can follow people who interest you and get into conversations with them. Anyone can see it. It's highly searchable, right? I mean, of course, if people follow you on Twitter, they will definitely see it, but it's not like it's not searchable. So I'll again give you an example which helps you understand this better. So like a couple of years back, I wanted to buy a Reliance Geo Wi-Fi. It had just come out. Okay, I wanted to buy it, and I was not sure whether I should go for it. It was very new, and I put a post on Facebook where I asked my friends, I want to buy a Reliance Geo Wi-Fi, and what are your thoughts? So people who were like very close to me, they started making fun. Oh, you want to buy a Wi-Fi? Oh, look at Mr. Busy. Oh, Reliance, you want to make Mr. Ambani richer and stuff. No helpful answer came in my personal experience, right? So what I did was I went to Twitter, right, and in Twitter I searched for those people who were talking about Reliance Jio. I don't know them, okay? Obviously, I don't know them, and I searched for people who were at that time talking about Reliance Jio, and I thought, okay, I'll get into a conversation with them, right? And I'll ask them that, how their experience has been, and whether they've bought a Reliance Jio connection, so how it is. So I asked this guy, how is Jio-Fi? Is it good? I'm planning to buy, hence taking suggestions. And I don't know him, he doesn't know me, but he answers back. Hi, it is as good as the service. If you have data, it will work fine. So I was like, okay. So I talked to a couple of people like that on Twitter who are, of course, strangers to me. And it was a great help, and I could understand that, okay, fine, it's a great device, it works fine, and I can buy it. So so you can connect with strangers, talk about things, and it's not like you really have to rely on adding them, or you really have to rely on like knowing them. It's not like that. Okay, so hence it's more of a public place where you connect with people with whom you share the same interest. So if you post something on Twitter, who will see it? I mean, if you have followers, right? If people are following you, they will see it. But your content is also searchable. People can always search for something and find your content there. If I don't have any followers on my profile, can they see my post? I think you have to rephrase your question. If you don't have any followers on your profile, those people who are not there cannot see the post in their feed because they are not following you. But if they search for something which you've written sometime in the past or whenever, then it will appear in the searches. For example, if I'm searching for a good place to eat, so I can just search what people are talking about and I can see, right, what are the conversations. So maybe you had posted something regarding these keywords a while back, and I can see your tweet and get into a conversation with you. As opposed to Facebook, when you search for something on Facebook, it's such a private and closed environment that you can't see most of the stuff. It's all private and closed. Whereas Twitter is an open platform, right? I'll give you another example. Last year, me and my brother, we were going to Germany, Munich, for a concert, and we had bought tickets from this website called Viagogo. It's a international website, and these tickets and everything, they're pretty costly, right? And when you go to a place, you're very apprehensive about how things will fall into place, whether everything will happen smoothly or not. So we went, so we bought tickets from this guy, this website called Viagogo, right? And uh, now we've ordered the tickets, and as days are passing, the tickets are not coming, and I'm getting upset. Like, okay, they're very costly. It costs an arm and more to buy such tickets, and we've ordered them, and they're not coming. What to do? It's such a problem. Our flight tickets are already booked. Our hotels are booked. We have to fly outside. Europe, going to Europe as an Indian is as it is very costly, right? But our tickets are not coming, not coming. And I went to Facebook, I went to the concerts page and all, and I messaged people, but it went to their others folder. I hope you guys who know Facebook, that when you message to someone who's not connected to you, it goes into their others folder and probably they don't even see it. So I thought, screw this, I'll take help of Twitter. So what I did was, I went to Twitter and I started searching for all those people who are also going to the concert, right? And I could find a lot of them, and I got into conversations with them, and I started asking them that, uh, "Hi, I have bought tickets, but they have not been released yet. Is there any chance they will send?" So he said, I got it. Yours will come in some time. So I was like, okay, fine. I asked another lady, she was from Pakistan, and she broke my heart. Not that I asked her out or anything. She broke my heart because she said, no, they conned me and didn't give me my money back. I'm so pissed. Just a disaster. Right? And I was like, oh, dude. Uh, she's bought tickets and they've conned her, and even I've bought tickets and they're so costly. My flights are booked. I'm screwed. But at least I had people to talk to. I mean, do you think if I would have messaged this lady on Facebook, she would have responded back? She wouldn't have, because Facebook is a place where you connect with your friends, with people whom you know. I would have come out as a total creep and a stranger if I would have messaged her on Facebook, right? You should never message people on Facebook unless they're good for your good friends or something, right? But then I found these people on Twitter, and it's a public platform. And how did I know that these guys have bought the tickets? I could search. Right. So this guy says they gave me wrong tickets for my concerts, and neither do they respond. And I told him that even I'm not getting. So, I could at least get into conversations with a lot of people, find them. And won't you agree that in a moment of such peril, when you find people to talk to, it gives you some peace that, okay, there are similar people who are facing the same thing. And at least you have someone to talk to. Do you agree or not? Yes or no? Yeah. I mean, kuch to you get some sahara, some support, right? That, okay, I have people to talk to. Maybe someone got it. Maybe someone felt that someone can guide me with something. Someone can help me out, and stuff like that. So then eventually, as I was talking to people just a few days before I had to leave, the tickets did come, right? But it was a very scary issue because we were like almost sure that they wouldn't come. But thank God they did, and thanks for Twitter, we could talk to people, right? Uh, the chat one has with people on Twitter, is that public or private? It's a public, as you can see. Even you two, like even you all can search these conversation which I'm having with, let's say this lady. It's all public. Why? Because it's a public platform. It's a place where people share their thoughts and opinions with the world, and they talk about stuff that matters. Now, just imagine, from a marketeer's point of view, don't you think it's an amazing place? Because you can monitor what people are talking about and get into conversations. You know what happened once? Once someone had tweeted that I want to learn digital marketing. I'm considering between Udemy and Manipal and Digital Vidya. So the guys who handle Digital Vidya social media account, they were listening, as in they were searching what people talk about, and they found this, and they got into a conversation with that guy on Twitter, and they told him that come for a free orientation demo and whatever. And that guy says, "You guys got connected with me on Twitter. You practice what you preach. I'm going to go ahead with you." Right? And all this is possible because it's a public place where you talk about things and share interests together, right? And you can talk about stuff that matters to you, and it interests you. So that is how it created, that a relation, that connection, and then from there you can talk about things. And Facebook is more about sharing stuff with your friends, family, and personal life. So it's a little different. So, guys, are you able to understand the difference, Facebook and Twitter? I think this is something which a lot of us miss initially, and a lot of us rely on our friends and networks to be there on Twitter and engage with us. But that is now how the platform functions. Yeah. So that's okay. That's good to know. Now another example. Okay, but does that have a private mode for exchanging information, or public level is all there is? No, there is a private mode, but like having a private Twitter account wouldn't do you much good, because then people will not connect with you, especially as a brand. Why would you want to have a private account? I mean, you want the world to see it, engage with you, and stuff like that. So no, no. Private accounts. See, what I personally feel is, Medha, just think. Let's say there's a YouTube channel. Why do you put a video on YouTube so that the world will see it? But if that video is private, only those who have the link can see. Then that doesn't make it that catchy or that appealing, you know. So it's like that. Yeah, I'll come to hashtags in a bit. Don't worry, we're just starting with Twitter. Hang on, we'll come to all of it. Yeah, don't worry. We'll come to all of it. Yeah, I'm sure. What happens is human tendency is such that when we learn something nice, we try to figure out फटाफट सब पता चल जाए, and that's of course understandable. But trust me, I'm your friend. Trust me, I'll tell you everything one by one. Don't worry. You can always count on me, right? Don't Everything has to be done in a systematic way. And Pranjal will also have to be a little patient with for those who are very new to Twitter, right? Let's look at everyone and move forward together. So just a request, give me like a few minutes and we'll come to hashtag as well. Huh? Don't worry. Okay, good. I'm loving the energy today, guys. Good. You guys are like very energetic. That's pretty nice. Okay, so another example. So my partner Soumya, her uncle and aunt went to Kashmir, and there were terrible floods there. This is like 3 years back. There were terrible floods there, like terrible, and people lost connect with each other. So we tried to call, but the phones were down. We tried to email, but no response. Internet was down. So like 2 days passed, and there was no update on her uncle and aunt. They were staying at a hotel in Lal Chowk, and there was no in Srinagar, and there was no update on their whereabouts. So we went to Twitter. We went through hundreds of tweets where people were talking about the floods and all. So we found a Kashmiri gentleman and we asked him. He was from Srinagar, a young boy, that our uncle and aunt are staying at so and so place. Can do you think where they will be? We are not able to get in touch with them. That guy said, okay, fine, I'll look and I'll get back to you. And I thought he's just bullshitting me, because why the hell on earth will he care about me or my friend? I mean, why does he care? But that gentleman tweeted back to us the next day that don't lose heart. Your uncle and aunt are on the terrace of their hotel, and they had no access to internet. Food packets have been delivered, and they'll be evacuated and rescued in the daytime. And they'll come back. They'll be flown back to Delhi through a special rescue forces plane by the day after. So towards the weekend, you will have them safe at home. They are fine, and I've conveyed your hello to them. So that day I realized two things. India is an amazing country and there are good people. I mean, we have such bad notions about people from different places, and that sucks, right? Because media portrays them like that. But that gentleman was an amazing person. He went, he found those people, right? It's all about humanity and brotherhood that gets us together during times of peril. And that guy went, he searched and he tweeted back. And that tweet, I remember I took a screenshot and I printed it and I put it on my desk. The people whom you think and fear are some of the best humanitarians out there. I don't want to get into that much, but That was amazing. Similarly, when the unfortunate and terrible 26/11 attacks had happened and in Bombay, and it was all chaos, I was in college back then, okay, and I could see people of Bombay had come together on Twitter such beautifully. That was when I actually took interest in Twitter. You know, people are irrespective of their age, gender, sex, location, whatever. They are helping each other out. Okay, I remember it so thoroughly, guys. Someone tweeted, "My sister isn't back from office. What? Where on earth could she be?" Right. So another person said, "Okay, give me, where was she last? Tell me." And I can read such threads. Like anyone can read any thread, right? And the other person says, okay, fine, I'll ask my wife to look into it and maybe she can stay over the night. Someone is delivering food packets. Celebrities are helping. Celebrities were actually helping people stay in their homes. That, okay, be safe, our houses, we have security, be safe. The whole city came together. Such it always happens, always. You know what? I because I'm very active on Twitter, so I know these things. Once a flyover fell in Kolkata. I don't know if any of you is from Kolkata today, but like a year and a half back, a flyover fell in Kolkata and people collapsed. Right? It's a terrible, terrible thing. Right? Now, ideally, it creates chaos, panic. You don't know whether your loved ones were there or not. So, what Ola did, Ola went to Twitter and started searching all those people who are in panic and chaos, and they offered them a free taxi ride to the site of the damage and a ride back so that they could go and see and check whether their loved ones are fine and stuff like that. And that was an amazing, it's a marketing thing, yes, but an amazing way to leverage it, like a cause marketing. And on Twitter, it came out very beautifully. Ola always does such things. I don't know if you guys are from Chennai. If you remember the Chennai floods which happened, so Ola dispatched Ola boats during those Chennai floods, and on Twitter they would ask people on Twitter that, okay, where are people stuck? Tell us. And someone would say, okay, I am stuck at so and so place, and then Ola guys would send a boat to rescue them, and it's all happening through Twitter. So guys, it's a beautiful country we all live in, and humanity is great when things go low, and a platform like Twitter again comes out and really shows that we are a community after all, irrespective of all the differences. And these are just some examples throughout the world. It happens like that. Even how Twitter became popular. So there was a fire in Chicago, because I've been on Twitter since day one, so I know it, right? So there was a fire in Chicago, and just like a forest fire which happened in Katra near Vaishno Devi, 10,000 people are stuck. Do you guys know? I don't know if you follow news or not. 10,000 people are stuck near Katra, Vaishno Devi, because there's a forest fire, right? Well, in summers, forest fires are a very common thing. Okay, so similarly in San Diego, there was a forest fire, and people got stuck. The entire city of San Diego came to a hard stop, and the people came together using Twitter. They helped each other out. They helped people evacuate, find, search, whatnot, and there from there Twitter became very popular. Uh, that is the place when San Diego, oh sorry, the Twitter platform became very popular. It was quite a thing for Twitter to leverage on. So it always happens, politics, news, entertainment, sports. Even if you go to Twitter and see what's trending today, it's always about real time things happening around us. What all is happening, what people are talking about. Politics also, because people are opinionated, and Twitter is a platform where you can really share things very quick. So politics and stuff like that are also a part of such things. So it's a great platform. So now, are you guys able to understand the difference, that how it's very different from Facebook? Am I able to explain that? Yeah. Okay, good. That's nice to know. Perfect. So, okay, so now we'll move forward a bit and we'll start with the technicalities of Twitter, right? Now that you guys know how it's different and how cool it is. So it's a micro blogging platform. So you get 260 characters as a limit. People write paragraphs and paragraphs in Facebook posts. Here it wouldn't work. You just get a character limit of 280, and sorry, 280, not 260, 280, and you can write stuff and put pictures and tweet across. It's for real time, like I've told you. All my examples told you what. That is for real time updates and news. You can see what is happening around you. I mean, do you guys know that when Osama bin Laden was being this thing captured, killed, whatever, right? A guy in that village was tweeting, "What is happening in our village? There are helicopters. I can hear gun fires. I can hear this." So unknowingly, that guy covered the entire Osama bin Laden, this thing strike out on Twitter, and hence. When people were questioning whether it's true or not, a lot of people from that village had tweeted about the noises and helicopters and stuff like that. So it really added to the legitimacy of the news as well. So you can't bullshit your way, outside the world. You can't lie. It's all public. It's all transparent. It's all in front of you, right? So it's all there, and when things happen around you, you can get into those conversations. Yes, Medha, videos can be shared, but I think there's a limit to the video. You can't share a video more than 2 minutes, or 1 minute 40 seconds either. I think it's 140 or two, something like that. I've been to Twitter and it feels very disorganized and overwhelming, like 100 different convos happening at the same time. Well, it's probably because everyone's talking about something. You really have to, create your own niche and get into the conversations you want to, obviously, right? Facebook is very laid back, and such terrible content these days you find on Facebook. Whereas Twitter, you can search for what you like and get into those conversations. That makes things different. Yeah. So you'll just really have to get into conversations and follow people who make sense to you. That's that. So, like I said, it's for opinion and opinionated people. I mean, today, one of you can start tweeting that it's so hot in Delhi, they're not doing anything, there's no respite, there's no electricity. 100 more will follow, 200 more will follow. Someone will tag the chief minister, someone will tag the prime minister. Some people will come together. It takes like 15 minutes to create a mass campaign, mass chaos, or whatever, like mass movement on Twitter. People are like ready with pitchforks and blowtorches and whatnot. So you have to be very careful. And even as a brand, you better not mess with people. Just imagine. Let's say I have an e-commerce company, and I have an e-commerce company, and my products are terrible. Like you guys are totally unsatisfied, and Medha orders something and she doesn't like it. She can go to Twitter and say bad things and give honest reviews, which would be negative for me. And then Pranjal can join in, and then Rakesh can join in, and Pushkar can join in. So imagine when someone searches for my brand on Twitter and all they see is 100 negative tweets. Do you think people will buy? Do you think it will give people courage to buy? Do you think that will create a positive opinion? So that's why these guys are on their damn toes, guys. Like they hire resources who work 24/7. They work tirelessly to keep your presence, your brand's presence positive, solve problems, solve issues, solve customer complaints, and make things pleasant. So it's a very fast-paced, opinionated platform, right? One has to be very careful. Hence, it's for a public person. Now, just imagine, would you share a very politically opinionated news on Facebook where your family members and your friends are there? You wouldn't. You would think that they might judge me, they know me. It's human tendency. You might disagree with me, but many will agree with me as well. You might not share something of such a strong opinion on Facebook because you don't want your relatives to know and get into, judgmental mode and stuff like that. I'm not lying. Come on, you guys have to agree with me. Yes or no? Yeah, you wouldn't share something which is highly opinionated or polarized because at the end of the day it's personal to you, and you wouldn't want to show it to your best friends and families and colleagues and whomsoever you're connected with. But you can easily get into those debates on Twitter and speak some sense and share your own school of thought and talk about stuff and engage with people, right? And stuff like that. And it's for the public. It's for public people. So like I said, it's like the Mohalla park, the community park where people sit and have discussions. That's it. And you talk about stuff. And as a brand, you can do it as well. You can talk about stuff happening in the world and talk about things and engage. And you can leverage real conversations and market yourself. I mean, if I'm a restaurant and I can see that people in Delhi are like everyone's like 43 degrees, 44 degrees. So I can tweet to them and I can tell them that come over for a glass of chilled iced tea. It's on us. Why not? Yes or no? I mean, if they come over and they order an iced tea, they will order something to eat, then most probably, and it's a great way of getting people over. Yes or no? So it always works like that. As a brand, you need to be, not a very a human being to put it like that. See, your Twitter handle is like a human representation of your business, right? So you need to talk, be a little chatty and respectful, right? And talk about things. Of course, yes, that's true, right? So it has a 280 character limit. It's a public platform, and it's the Twitter feed is only partly algorithmic. Like, if you have 100 followers, they'll all see your content. Unlike Facebook, where there's an algorithm, right? So it's a great platform to get reach for your content. So let's talk about some technicalities on Twitter. Okay. So while I discuss the technicalities on Twitter, I want you guys to create a Twitter account if you don't have one, or log into yours. Even if you have one followers or half followers, that's okay. I want you to log in because we'll have some fun on Twitter as well, right? So just log in, and meanwhile I'll start with this. Okay, so I've told you what Twitter is and how it functions. Now let's talk about a few technical things, right? Um, Parallelly, you guys can log into your Twitter accounts as well. I think personal would be better. Yes, it's now or never. Now, see this. This chat window. My chat window gets stuck. It doesn't move for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, just hang on. Okay, so if this is the entire universe of Twitter, okay, and let's say all these black dots which I'm making, these are conversations, yeah. So go ahead and make one. It takes like 30 seconds, Pushkar. Just do it. Not a big of a task. Don't worry. It's very simple to make an account. I would prefer if you always work on a computer because that gives you more flexibility, but totally up to you. So this is the entire universe of Twitter, and all the colors I'm making. These are different conversations. Okay, so these are like yellow could be politics, red could be something. They're all different conversations. It's a universe of conversation, right? It's like that. Now what happens is, let's say one fine day, or let's say at a given moment, suddenly someone starts talking about a particular topic, right? And a lot of people start talking about it, and suddenly a lot of people start talking about it, and the number of conversations, basically tweets, so posts on Twitter are known as tweets, okay, so number of tweets, they start increasing, and it starts increasing, and it starts increasing, and it starts increasing. So when in a very small period of time a lot of conversations start happening about a particular topic, then Twitter identifies those topics as something which are popular, and they appear in the trending list on the left hand side. So these are basically known as trends. Trends are topics, they can be keywords. I'll just open this down and then explain, don't worry. Or hashtags, and I'll also tell you what hashtags are. Hang on. That are popular. A lot of people are talking about them in a small period of time. So, when a lot of people start talking about a particular topic in a very small period of time, Twitter picks it up as something popular, and it starts appearing in trends here, the trends list which you see here on the left hand side. So you can see some keywords, some words. They're all popular because a lot of people are talking about them. So for some reason, New India is trending. So I will click on it and see what all people are saying. So just a minute. Something just opened. Hang on. Yeah. So, Gujarat government took on Yogna. It's some news related stuff where the government has talked about some new India initiative and something like that. So, a lot of people are talking about that. Okay. Then Drake, the popular singer, he's also trending because he did something. He talked to someone on Twitter in a bad way or something like that. Yeah. So, he's on a like war with someone and people are talking about him and stuff like that. Then every day ability something is trending. It's a hashtag, right? It's less join and kind of it's some event which some cycle brand is doing, right? It's some adventure sports or something like that. It's some activity which a brand is doing, and they're leveraging this. So you can see what is popular and you can see what keywords are popular. Okay, so this brings us to a very important thing. What are hashtags, right? Ah, it's really very simple, and when you know, you'll laugh because it's very kiddish. Hashtag basically when you add a hash sign in front of a keyword, right? So it becomes hashtag. Anything can be a hashtag. Digital Vidya also becomes a hashtag if I add a hash sign in front of it, right? Shubhendu also becomes a hashtag if I add a hashtag in front of it. Okay, and um let's say Aya Naya Ujala also becomes a hashtag if I'm a brand and I want to just use it to have some fun. So I can do anything like that. You know, so any place where you add a hashtag in front of it, the keyword becomes a hashtag, right? And what happens is when something becomes a hashtag, it is clickable, and you can click and you can see all the tweets with that hashtag. That means, let's say if I search for the hashtag Flipkart, okay, so I can see all the tweets with the hashtag Flipkart. It's searchable. And if I click on it, I can search all of it, right? Or let's say if I search shoes, right? So it's not a hashtag. So I can see all the conversation with shoes. But if I come across any hashtag, let's say let's say this thing RTXRT must be some brand or something, you know, like something. Now I can see all the tweets with that hashtag. So whenever you add a hash sign in front of a word, it becomes a hashtag, and hashtags become clickable. They are clickable, and you can see all the conversations which have those hashtags in them. So if Saturday motivation is a hashtag, and you click on it like this, so I can see all the tweets on Twitter with the hashtag Saturday motivation. So this is how things are searchable, and you know you don't need hundreds of followers to see what people are talking about. If you do 10 tweets with this hashtag, then you can uh, uh, search people can search your tweets because they're searching that hashtag and they can see what you're talking about. This is why Twitter is very public and things are searchable and you can talk about things. A lot of brands, they use hashtags to bring brand identity as well. I mean, if you look at let's say if you remember the 80s or the 90s, we would have a lot of jingles in ads. Do you know what jingles are? Do you guys know what jingles are? For example, कुछ स्वाद है was dairy milk, right? Uh, uh, then Vico turmeric nahi cosmetic was Vico, right? Iron Ujala char boondo wala was Ujala. So you know they used to have such jingles, but now brands they are more of hashtags. They use more of hashtags because uh, they are catchier. You can create those identities, and people can search about them, and people can use them, and you know that defines their brand. Doesn't mean that they own that keyword and no one can use it, but it just adds to their brand identity. So when I write something like uh, unbox Zindagi, which brand comes to mind? Which brand uses the hashtag unbox Zindagi? Anyone? Really? You guys don't know? Yes, Geetanjali, correct. It's Snapdeal. See, everywhere it's used with Snapdeal. So every brand uses it to do brand building, right? So what? But Twitter is a public platform, no? Facebook is not a public platform. Hashtags are more popular for Facebook and Instagram. Facebook is a closed platform. So even if you use a hashtag, I mean, let's say something like if I post something like, no, but what was your question? I didn't get it. I mean, you can use them anywhere, but let's say if I post something like unbox Zindagi with Snapdeal, right? And I post this. So do you think everyone on this planet can see this? Do you think so? Stuti, I'm asking you. No, because my profile is so private that only a few of my close friends see my post. I've even hidden like half of people from my friends list, right? So I've hidden the half of my friends list from my content as well. Whereas if I tweet something, do you think people can see it? Yes or no? So that's the thing. Twitter is more public, right? Now tell me something. Let's see how many you guys can guess. Okay. Okay. Let's say. Okay. Open happiness. Yes, correct, Punita. Acha, this everyone knew. This you guys knew, huh? Very nice. Yeah. So, do you think Pepsi should do a tweet which says a cold glass of Pepsi in summers gives you the right chill, open happiness? Do you think Pepsi can do that? Okay, so let me explain. Pepsi can do it technically because they don't own the hashtag, but they shouldn't do it because it's their competitor's hashtag. So they look silly, they look foolish, right? So it's like that. So always know the technicalities between things. Even you can use this hashtag, no worries, anyone can. But since it belongs to Coke, it's their brand identity. Okay, which brand is this? Taste the feeling. No, wrong, Rakesh. No, guess. Yes, it's also Coke. These are both global campaigns for Coca-Cola. See, Open Happiness is the new one. Taste the Feeling is the old one. Okay. Open Happiness is also Coke. Coke should have called us for a Super Bowl commercial. See, for your next Coke ad. See, this is a customer. This is a user, right? Your next Coke ad, Open Happiness. See, people share their love like that. So, don't you think Coke as a brand could have reciprocated back and retweeted it? That would have been nice, although they haven't done it. See, someone's tagged Coca-Cola, right? That's how people engage with brands. Also, taste the feeling is also a similar thing. That's also Coke. See, Coca-Cola, Africa, taste the feeling. So these are all entities created by the brand so that people can share their love. This is so crazy, right? Yeah. Okay, which one is this? कुछ मीठा हो जाए. ये तो easy है. So you can see people sharing their love for Cadbury, right? So these hashtags are all identities which brands create so that when people reciprocate their love, see this lady has got nothing to do with Cadbury, but she's also used it and it's okay. You can use it, right? And see, whenever you are stuck at a point while researching for content, the proper response to refreshen up is Cadbury. See, this is how people share their love. Okay. Uh, just hang on. Have I done a typo? Just give me a sec. I'll show you something very cool. I'm not able to find the right handle, but once I tweeted something to Adidas and they had answered back to me, and that was pretty cool, right? So that was pretty fun, and brands also reciprocate their love and feeling, right? So it's like that, when even brands create campaigns these days, they create a campaign hashtag and they float it around. All the brands now, all the businesses, they create a hashtag and they use that hashtag to float it around as a campaign, right? Um, and that's how it works. One of the very cool campaigns which I saw recently was called "Release the Pressure." Do you know which brand has done this campaign? It's called "Release the Pressure." uh, Mirinda had done it. Like they have a bottle of Mirinda. When you drink it, you open the cap and it releases the pressure. So they had done a campaign where they were targeting kids giving exams and created videos and stuff that release the pressure. Have a bottle of Mirinda and study and all the best for your exams and stuff like that. Yeah. So it was like for every hour commit suicide due to exam pressure, release the pressure. So it's a campaign by Mirinda. So guys, are you able to understand how hashtags function and how brands have involved them as an entity? Are you guys getting it? Yeah, all of you. Yes, good. Yes, correct. It was an integrated campaign. Correct. Yeah. So that's how hashtags have become very popular, and brands also get into conversations using them. People also engage with them using these conversations and stuff like that. So it's something which has become very popular, right? Anything except jingles and slogans. Hashtags can be for any purpose, Like I mean, you create something which is searchable. As a user, you can create it. You can create an entity out of it. So you'll have to phrase the question better. I mean, you need visibility, and you want people to associate you with something which is generic and speaks about you. Builds advocacy for you. So it's not about jingles and slogans. It's about creating an entity, something which is your own property, and people will use it around to talk about it, right? So it's like that. When I say Zubaan pe lagam, which brand comes to mind? Tell me. When I say Zuban pe lagam, which brand comes to mind? Center Fresh, right? It could also be a hashtag. And when let's say a politician is non-stop saying something, and you just use the hashtag iske zuban pe lagao, like like zip his mouth. Valerie, I know you're not getting it. Zuban pe lagan means like putting a zip on the mouth, zip your mouth, right? So that's been done by a brand called Center Fresh. That when you're chewing a chewing gum, your mouth is chewing the chewing gum, so you can't speak. So people who speak unnecessarily give them a Center Fresh, so that you zip their mouth. Okay, just like that. Exactly. So it's about building that fun. It's about building that entity. Your brand becomes something which people talk about. How many of you know that people don't say take a cab, people say Ola Lele? How many of you know this? People don't say photocopy it, people say Xerox Karale. Xerox is a company. How many of you know that people always talk about, sometimes the brand becomes so, in smaller cities, they call Colgate as toothpaste. Toothpaste is known as Colgate, right? Yeah. So it's about that. It's not jingles and slogans. It's about building your brand into an entity which people talk about. Yeah. So just uh, understand that. Exactly. So hence, it's a great platform to engage with people. See, even Mercedes is doing something. The Mercedes AMG something reaches in 3 seconds. They think you're fast, right? And test your speed quotient when exciting prices. They're doing some contest. See, as a brand, you can leverage Twitter to do contests. See, so many people have engaged with them already. Click here and take the challenge, right? And you can take this challenge by going to their website. They've made a microsite for it, right? It's a campaign, and you can go to their microsite and do something. So a platform like Twitter, it gives you a lot of visibility. You can tweet across your stuff and can get people to your website to engage with them as a campaign as well, and that's what Mercedes is doing. So Twitter is very powerful. The fact that it's a public platform, uh, uh, it's amazing, right? The power it has, and how you can reach out to people. Okay. Now a lot of times, okay, that's funny. Uh, anyway, so when you see what things are trending as a brand, when you see a lot of things are trending, you can even leverage them to get visibility. That means if I see that everyday ability is trending and I'm a milk brand, don't you think I can quickly do a tweet that a glass of milk makes you strong and empowers you with an everyday ability and something like that. I can do a quick tweet, and when people search about this, my tweet also comes up and gives me visibility. Are you getting me what I'm saying? Yes or no? I can use popular trends and hashtags, and I can leverage them to create content so that my content gets more visibility, right? It need not be related to the hashtag, but I can easily manipulate it because English is English after all. You can manipulate words and make something out of it. For example, let's say Saturday motivation is a simple one, right? Exactly, Varun, correct. So I can just say that, let's say if I'm a gym handle, and I say uh, don't let weekends don't eat junk on weekends, and blah blah blah. Gear up for a workout. Hashtag Saturday motivation, something like that. So I'll play along. Although this hashtag might have got nothing to do with gyms and exercise, but I can always leverage it, and I can always engage with them, and I can always create such fun stuff. Okay, so I'll show you a brand which we handle and the kind of stuff we do. For example, let's go to the same milk brand which I always talk about. Just give me a second, it's loading. Okay, so see, as you see, a lot of hashtags we use to leverage things which are trending and which are real time and stuff like that. For example, time to chill, summer vacation. These are all hashtags which are popular to the current scenario. And when people maybe search for it or maybe someone sees it, they might engage with it. You know, lassi, yogurt, summer cooler, all the hashtags which we think can be popular, milky notes and stuff. Sometimes if something is trending and we create a hashtag out of it, uh, let's say Ramadan, right? So Ramadan Kareem, Ramadan. So then a little bit of more engagement we get, right? As opposed to places where the hashtag might not be so popular. So depending on the hashtag, let's say if it's Mother's Day, so Happy Mother's Day, right? Stuff like that. So that kind of content works out. So you can even leverage hashtags to get visibility for your content. Like the Met Gala, it's a gala which happens in US where all the celebrities come up. When that was trending, we quickly made something out of it and we posted it, right? Summer vacation, time to chill. Um, then let's say World Laughter Day was trending one day, so we created something for that. Milk cookies, chatter, and haha, lol memories with World Laughter Day. It's all about leveraging trending hashtags and using them to do something. So on May 3rd, it rained in Delhi. So Delhi rains were trending. So Delhi weather rains, real time stuff. Labor Day, uh, healthy eating. We can make use of all such hashtags which are popular and do something out of it, right? Let's say World Immunization Week, stuff like that. Can you please create a post with a creative if possible? I didn't get your question. A post, as in you want me to make a creative and tweet it on Twitter? Are you saying that? Well, in order to make a creative, I'll have to design it on Photoshop, and that's not this class's agenda. I mean, my job is not to teach design. I can tell you about tools which you can use. I think I did, guys. Did I not tell you about Canva and all? I think I have. Let me check my notes for a minute. Just hang on. Yeah. So I don't. I use Photoshop. I use Adobe tools to design, right? And if I'll design, it will take me a lot of time to design because then I'll get into the design aspect of it, right? So like this was designed by me only. So I've designed this on Illustrator. First I sketched it, then I traced it, and then I colored it on Illustrator, and then I posted it. Took me like 3 hours, good 3 hours, 4 hours to do it. So designing will take a lot of time. But of course, I'll show you how to tweet. Don't worry. That we'll do. Right. So World Book Day was trending. Um, summer drink. So this is again a topical. So this charge. Uh, can you use another hashtag and place a post as in leverage maybe summer heat or something? Yeah, we'll do that. Don't worry. We'll do a fun exercise. So when DDLJ was trending, don't worry. I'm there for you. I will definitely teach you how to tweet and all. We'll do some fun activity. Can you guess which movie we are parodying here? Can you guys guess it? ये तो सबको पता होगा. All of you will know this, I'm sure. Which movie is being parodied here? Milk wale cookie le jayenge. Stuff like this people love. And then engagement driven, you ask questions. Then if Baisakhi, if any festival is happening, happy Baisakhi and stuff. So all these things, so do you guys get an idea what I'm trying to say? You can leverage trending hashtags and create content to get visibility. Do all of you get it? Give me a hallelujah if you do. Very good. Very good. So that's how brands also use hashtags to like leverage things. Now this is some Oasis Tiles India. This must be some ceramic tiles brand. See, leading brand in ceramic world, exporting, manufacturing wall tiles and whatnot, right? And it's the tweet says head over to our Facebook page to participate and win free tickets for the IPL. And then they're using all the hashtags for IPL, right? IPL, 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 and see people are engaging, right? If you click on it, you can see the engagement here as well. People love engaging, right? See, here is my perfect screenshot. People are participating in this contest, and the brand is getting such great visibility, right? I'm following this, I'm answering this, and stuff. People are taking screenshots. So brands also do contests and stuff to engage with people, right? Then this here is an ad in front of you which says promoted, right? It's an ad by some watch brand, right? So are inspired by aviation and whatnot. So we'll come to ads and all in a bit. Don't worry, okay? We'll talk about all of it. So I've told you what hashtags are. I've told you what keywords are. Now let's get into the profile and see how a profile is and what are some keywords related to a profile. So A Twitter profile is very similar to a Facebook profile. There's no difference. I mean, there's a cover picture on top, right? There's a display picture, and there's a name and a handle. Now, of course, some of you will not know what name and handle means, so let me explain that as well. Just give me a sec. Twitter ads are costlier than Facebook ads. LinkedIn ads are costlier than both of them. So that's my experience. I mean, LinkedIn ads are costliest than Twitter, than Facebook. Facebook are the cheaper ones. Okay. So see, so just a minute, just hang on. I'll just open this. Okay. So on Twitter, when I said everything is public, that means when people talk about stuff, so you can search it, you can talk to anyone. If there are 10 Varuns, I can talk to all the 10 Varuns. I can follow all the 10 Varuns. If there are 100 Shubhendus, I can connect with all the 100 Shubhendus. So how will you differentiate? I mean, on Facebook, if I want to tag Soumya, isn't it very easy? I'll just write an at sign and her name, and because she's already my friend and already added, so I will know it's her, right? Because obviously I sent her a friend request and she accepted it, and I know that this is the Soumya I want to talk to. But how will I do it on Twitter? Twitter is a public platform, and you can find anyone and talk to anyone. So for that, Twitter gives us two things. One, a name which is true to our own given name, right? And a handle. So this thing with the at sign is known as a handle, right? So follow me at my handle. Yes, it gives a unique identity, right? It's called a handle. And people, they make their own creative, cool handles. They try to make a very cool one. No, it's not a hashtag, it's an at sign. Whenever on the internet you need to tag someone or mention someone, you write an at sign. Okay. So this is the sign you will use. Hashtag makes things searchable and clickable. But when you tag someone, you use an at sign. I mean, I'm just trying to make it explain in the as visually explaining ways as I can, right? So hashtag hash sign alok makes things clickable and searchable. But whenever you want to tag someone or mention someone, like the other person gets a notification that you've tagged them or mentioned them, then you mention them with an at sign, and that at and whole name thing is known as handle. So what is a handle? So there, let's say there are 10 Shubhendu Jhas in your office, and all of them have the same name, right? Can all of them have the same email ID? Can they all have the same email ID? No. Can they all have the same employee number? Can the employee code be same? No. Can they all have the same girlfriend? Yes. Yes. Why are you guys so stuck up in life? Huh? I'm joking. Okay. So I was just trying to have some fun. Okay. Don't mind. Don't mind. I was joking. So hence, when 10 people are similar, and wow, reminds me of Mahabharat, right? Hence, when people have the same name but they are different people, so you need to mention them and call out to them. So handles are basically an entity that gives that difference, that make them unique, that make them different from one another. So on Twitter there are hundreds of Shah Rukh Khans, but there's only one SRK because his handle is at I am SRK. So the handle name is a very catchy, creative, cool name which people put to identify themselves and people can handle them. Can anyone guess why my handle name is Badka Bhaiya? Can anyone guess? Anyone? No? Okay, I will tell. That's because I'm 6 feet 4 inches tall and of course wide as well, right? I'm a huge man, and in UP Bihar, Badka Bhaiya means big brother, and that's what people mostly called me in college, right? So hence Badka Bhaiya resonates with my identity. Okay, so that's my handle name. And one fun fact: wherever you create your handle name, always try to keep it the same. Okay, so even on Instagram, my handle name is the same. It's Badka Bhaiya, right? So it's like that. So it has to be the same everywhere and keep it the same everywhere, right? Uh, no, so Badka Bhaiya is the word here. If you can read it, please. I'm not speaking in Hindi. Like I just said last time, whenever I say something in Hindi, I always speak back in English as well. My English is not that good. My command is not that good. My English is not impeccable at all. But the thing is that I was just explaining to them that uh, if I break down my handle name into two words, uh, it breaks down into Badka and Bhaiya, Valerie, and these are Hindi words, yes. And Badka means big, and Bhaiya means brother. So because I'm 6.5 feet almost, and I'm very tall and wide, so hence that's my handle name. So I was not speaking in Hindi. I was just talking about my handle name. That's why you got confused. So it's okay. Peace. Yes. Yeah. I don't look that tall though, do I? But I am. Even my dad is very tall. He's pretty tall. Even mom's tall. What are you doing on my handle? I don't know. I'm just seeing what all is happening in life. Even my brother is very tall. Like people are very tall in my family. I mean, I am 6 feet 4, and I'm the tiniest in my house, in my family. All my cousins are taller. My nickname is Chotu. That was a joke. I don't know if it went over you or if you could understand. That was a joke. No, it comes with its own drawbacks as well. Um, um, Being tall is both good and bad. So it's like that. Yeah. Anyway, so coming back to this, right? So that's how people keep their handle names. I mean, there's so if you see, there's a no, it's not like that. We are tall, and so what happened was we went to Thailand for a vacation a couple of weeks back, right? And I was buying a T-shirt, and the shopkeeper, the lady, asks me from which country I am, and I was shocked. I was like, "How can you not figure which country I'm from?" She's like, "Because you cannot be an Asian because Asians are not this huge. So it's not about being tall; it's about being wide and tall both, right?" So like I was like, "No, I'm an Indian," and she was like, "Oh God." Never seen a huge Indian. I was like, oh, come on. So yeah, it's nice, but at times it becomes tough because fitting into clothes becomes a problem when you're so tall and so big and stuff like that. Uh, Domestic airlines are a real hassle. Have you ever flown by SpiceJet? Oh dear, dear. People like me, we cringe. It's like that. No space to move legs, and you better not sit next to me in a movie theater, else you'll not be able to go anywhere. Honestly telling you, right? Anyway, let's come back to this. So if you see this guy, he's a comedian. He's very popular. Some of you might have seen him on YouTube as well. His handle is Hanky Panty, right? So people always create hashtags and handle names which are very catchy. Uh, okay, so like I said, even SRK has a handle name which is I am SRK, and that's what defines him, right? And that's his own personal identity. So even all the celebrities also, have a unique handle name, and they use it so that people can talk to them, right? So that's what a handle name is. Now, talking about engagement. So let's say if uh, if this is a Facebook post in front of me, okay, if this is something here in front of me, right? How can I engage with this? How can I engage? Like what are the engagement activities I can do with this? Come on, it's not that tough a question, guys. Okay, Valerie, tell me, if this is a post or an ad I see in my news feed, how can I engage? What are the various engagement activities I can do with this? Tell me. Okay, I can like, I can comment, I can share, I can even sign up. I can click on this, right? I can click on the image, I can like the page. Similarly, you can also engage on Twitter in a very similar manner. Let's go to a brand's page. Let's say let's go to Adidas, right? Aditya Das and Company. That was a joke. Okay, so let's say I find something very nice by Adidas, right? And I find it very cool and catchy. Now, the ways in which I can engage are splendid. I can click on this and I can open the thing and I can see the video in a zoom out mode. I can like it. So, this thing here is a like. I can retweet it. So, retweet is like sharing, okay? So, I can retweet it and I can even add some caption, adding some text and sharing. So it's like sharing. So I can retweet it, right? And all my followers will see it. I can even mention and reply back with a comment that awesome. Or I can reply like Ab ki baar. Modi Sarkar, which makes no sense, but I'm just trying to pique your interest, right? So I can write stuff as well, and I can give a comment on this video, right? Or I can even send them a message, a direct message, right? If I click on a photo, I can see what the pictures are, and I can go through the album. If I sorry, if I want to see all the conversations, if I want to see all the conversations, yes, DM is PM everywhere. So DM PM mean the same thing. Okay, so from our Yahoo Messenger days, they all mean the same thing. Okay, so if I click on this, I can expand and see all the tweets people are replying back. No, so I can see the entire chat thread here. I can see what people are talking about and stuff like that. I can see all those messages. So I can engage with a tweet as well. So I can, just like Facebook, I can retweet, which is like sharing. I can PM, I can send a message. I can even reply and comment back. So I can do all these things. So this is how you engage on Twitter, and this is how you spread the word. Now see, if I write something and it does retweets it, all the 871,000 followers will see it. So that will be very cool. Yeah, definitely, Rakesh. Correct. You're right. Yeah. So now we'll do something fun. Now we will do a small activity that also helps us understand how Twitter works. Are you guys game? Are you guys up for it? Yeah. Liking the session so far? Am I able to make Twitter a little friendly? I hope so. Sincerely, that I'm able to make you guys understand Twitter. Valerie, no? Come on. We'll have a fun activity and you'll enjoy it. Trust me. Okay. Cool. Let's have some fun. Okay, good, good. Uh, okay, so what we'll do is I'm giving you guys a task. Let me just clean this first, and I hope you guys have logged into your Twitter accounts. See, I want you guys to do this activity because it will help you understand how hashtags work, how mentions work, and in one go we'll be able to do the basics, right? So create a tweet using. Okay, so you have to do the following, folks. Badka Bhaiya, that is my handle. So mention me, mention Digital Vidya, and don't do a spelling mistake because many people forget that the handle name is My Digital Vidya. Okay, so like be careful about that, right? And use the hashtags Saturday. Let's see how creative you can be. Motivation and Digital Vidyarthi. So you need to create a tweet where you mention me and Digital Vidya, and you use hashtag Saturday Motivation and Digital Vidyarthi. So I'll go first. Okay, so I'll start first. An amazing. Oh, हो सब caps हो गया. So just hang on, guys. An amazing Saturday. An amazing start to the. I can use as many hashtags I want though. Okay, the weekend with a super fun batch. Twitter is fun with my digital Vidya. Hashtag Saturday motivation. So of course I wouldn't mention myself, right? Because I won't. So an amazing start to the weekend with a super fun batch. Today is fun with my little Vidya. Saturday motivation. And like I promised Punita that I'll put a picture. So I'll put a picture. So let's try to find a happy GIF, right? And that's probably it. That's exactly what we have to do. Oh, I love him. He's my favorite. So you guys can go ahead and start doing the tweet now, right? Oh, but this doesn't make sense. This will make sense. So I'm going to tweet this now. So, whoops, sorry. Array, it's no extra mile, yeah, come on. I love when you guys ask me questions because then I can show things and do stuff, right? So here goes my tweet. An amazing start to the weekend, right? Although I shouldn't have done this mistake, but I did. With a super fun batch, Twitter is fun with my little with their Saturday motivation. So there goes my tweet. Now you guys can do similar. You want to use a photo, you can. You don't want to use, don't use, right? But do make sure that you use. I'll just write it in the chat window as well, that you mention my handle so that I can check it. And I want to see if you can mention Digital Vidya as well. Okay, so that I'll ask them to retweet all of you, right? Uh, my, and make sure you guys don't do any typos. Okay, right? And use hashtags, whatever hashtags you want to use, but make sure you use these. Okay, Saturday motivation. And oh, I forgot using digital Vidyarthi. So funny, right? Here, yeah. So let's see all the tweets that are coming in now. We can kickstart with Vadka Bhaiya, my little Vidya Saturday. Perfect. So you've used the mentions correctly and you've used the hashtags correctly. Very good. So I'll retweet you. There you go. Now let's wait for more. Come on, guys. It's going to be fun. You guys will enjoy. Haven't slept yet, so the class seems to be going well. Oh, thanks. That's so kind of you. My little Vidya, Badka Bhaiya needs some Saturday motivation. Okay, good. You've used, you, you haven't used the hashtag little Vidyarthi, but it's okay. It's cool. So I'll wait for your tweets. Take a minute and do it, guys. And then I'll see all of them in one go. Okay, more are coming. Perfect, Alok. You have also not used little Vidyarthi, but it's cool. Okay, so Gitanjali, great. Now I can explain. You've used a at sign in front of Digital Vidyarthi. You had to use a hash sign. So it should have been hash Digital Vidyarthi. But I'm glad I could see this because these are basics which I can clear. And this should have been Saturday motivation, right? At signs are for mentioning and hash signs are for hashtags. Gitanjali, are you getting what I'm trying to say? They should have been digital Vidyarthi Saturday motivation. Okay, cool, perfect. So do another one and I'll RT you. Amazing Saturday motivation. Slimmest giant. Thanks. I hope that wasn't me. Now I'm blushing. And I'm not slim at all. You have no idea. Right? Digital marketing, digital Vidya, Badka Bhaiya, amazing session. Okay, awesome. Super. Saturday morning grind with Badka Bhaiya. That's nice. Morning grind, huh? Learning is fun. Being social. Oh, nice. Good use of hashtag. Digital Vidyarthi. Perfect. Nicely done. Cheers. So here you get an emoji for being social. Okay, what about others, guys? Come on, it's not that tough. See, but the fun part is that now you guys, those of you who had never even tried tweeting, now you guys at least have an idea how hashtags and mentions work. So I'm happy about that. That makes me very happy. So who all is left? And many of you are left. Khushali, Priyanka, Rakesh, Sagar, Swapnil, Varghese, Varun, Zainab. Guys, where are you? Where are you now? My tweet isn't showing no because you might not have mentioned me right. Whoa. I love the emoji. Lovely. The weekend is gonna be lit. Digital Vidya, Saturday motivation. Okay, perfect. But the you could have mentioned Digital Vidya as well. So could have done at my Digital Vidya as well. But perfect. Love it. Medha, what is your handle name in the chat window? Just give me your handle name in the chat window. And guys, rest of you quickly. We have to cover a lot. At Medha J93. Okay, I'll just search at Medha J93. Here you are. Oh, you had no? You had followed me though. Yes. So let me tell you the mistakes. Very good. So you haven't given spaces, and that's why it's happening. So you have to give a space between environment, between motivation, and between Vidyarthi. So it should be like this in the chat window, right? So that is how it should be, so that these things work. This is how it should have been, like this. Here you go. And this is also incorrect. Medha, this will be a Y, not a V. Okay. Hey, why don't you guys mention me and I can see it at one place? That is what the purpose was. But okay, fine. So you haven't mentioned me. See, mention happens with the at sign. Okay, so it should be at Badka Bhaiya. Varun, did you get me what I'm saying? Oh, don't say sorry, yaar. We are learning here, please. I am glad you made that mistake because I was able to clarify. So I'm in fact thankful. So Zainab, you haven't mentioned me or Digital Vidya. Zainab, do you get me what I'm saying? I will, I will. In I once all the mentions come in one go, then I will. Okay, so Varghese, you haven't mentioned me. That's why it's not coming in my notifications. You mentioned Digital Vidya, but you haven't mentioned me. Okay, so that's why. You can change your Twitter handle name as frequently as you want, but don't do it. You should be consistent with your name. Okay. So 5 years ago, my Twitter handle was Baba Swageshwar, and it feels very juvenile now. Now that I look back on it, right? So it's good if you don't change it much because then people will remember you. Now everyone calls me Badka Bhaiya. It's like that. And Badka Bhaiya, how are you doing these days? So it's become like my entity. So it's good if you don't change it. If I tell you, and I don't know how I will explain this to you, so it's like a spiritual Baba, but the one who has swag. It's supposed to be funny, but it sounds very juvenile when I say it like this. Amazing Saturday and a great start of the weekend. My little Vidya. Perfect Sagar, good. Something went wrong. Did you delete it? Getting a hang of it with Vadka Bhaiya. Perfect. Good. Yeah, that's true. And I hate his dance. What? One, I'm teaching, so I'm wearing the shoes of a teacher. Two, this is being recorded, right? So it's very tough to hold on to some words which I use generally. I hope you guys get me what I'm trying to say, right? So so it's very tough to hold on to the tongue at times. But yes, he's really ruined it. What was that dance, yeah? Like, damn. But we have a Bhai fan amongst us, as I recall from last class. Who was that? Someone had told me, "Na, I'm a Bhai fan." We are trying to get you. Okay, sure. If you don't understand anything, please ask me though. Okay, Pushkar, I can see your this thing engagement. So Pushkar, nice, but amazing. That's very cute. But this thing is a mistake. Hey, I liked Bajrangi Bhaijaan. I will not lie to you. That was a nice movie. But I even liked Sultan. Okay, but Tiger series, not a big fan. Sorry, no offense. Entitled to my own opinion, just like you. So, peace. Let peace prevail, please. Yeah. So you had to use an at sign. Good. So, guys, do you now understand Twitter a bit? What is mentioned? What is a hashtag? What is retweeting? Before Medha, before. Okay, good. Great, perfect. Good stuff. Perfect. Great stuff. You can use a hash sign whenever you want to create a hashtag and you feel like it. It's not like there's any rule. I mean, I can even say, "What a fun Saturday learning Twitter," and do it. And I can even like add a hash sign in front of it and make it a little more exclusive. So that if someone searches Twitter, they can see my tweet. And I really emphasize on Saturday and Twitter. So it's totally up to me. You can, but that doesn't look nice, does it? Rather retweet someone else so that they follow you or they understand that okay, you like their content. Right? Cool. So let me ask you a question. So in order to change a handle name, I, but what if after writing a line, matlab, this is me writing a line. I am going to tag. So are you saying this? I've already written a line and I'm tagging you after writing it. So doesn't matter. You there's this friend of mine from school called Shakira, and she has this song wherever, whenever. So that is the answer. Like wherever, whenever you feel like using a hashtag or a mention, do it. There's no strict rule. I mean, anywhere, anytime. It's totally up to you. As whatever you think is right. There's no right or wrong here, right? So it doesn't matter. Wherever you feel you can mention, you can add that school. I mean, or same thing. Doesn't matter. It's the same thing. I mean, whatever grammatically makes sense. There's no hard and fast rule. Totally up to you. Okay? Yeah. How many of you know this guy? So none of you know him. No one knows him. How is that possible? Alok also doesn't know him. None of you know this actor. Okay, let's try to look at an actor whom you don't know then. Yes. So let's write something nice to him. Something funny. What do you think about this? Shall I? Shall I tweet it? And I did. So now it's gone. So you can talk to anyone on Twitter. See, so that is the power of Twitter. And maybe 0.01% chance he replies back with an equally insulting thing, you know. So Twitter is fun. You can do anything you want. Um, Talking about changing a handle name, which some of you are asking me. You see this circle here, go here and go to settings. Where is settings? Hello, settings. Settings. Settings here and click on it. So this is where you can change your handle name. Do you think I can change my handle name to IMSRK? Do you think my handle name can be IMSRK? Yes. And do you think SRK can change his handle name to Badka Bhaiya? Do you think SRK can change his handle name to Badka Bhaiya? You all are wrong. He can. All I would need is 5 crore rupees. That's it. I'll sell it for 5 crores. Why not? Give me like a give me some good amount and it's his, right? Yeah, but technically he can't, right? And can I change my name to Salman Khan? So from today I'm Sallu Bhai. You all will call me Bhai. So from today I'm Bhai. You all will call me Bhai, and I'm Salman Khan from today. Okay, so that's my new name. So I'll welcome you all with swag, right? And tiger never dies. So a person can change his name to whatever he wants to, but a handle name is unique, right? So always remember that. Anyone can share a name with anyone, but the handle name has to be unique, right? So that when you mention them, tag them, or whatever, they have a unique identity. Okay, cool. So with that, we've talked about the basics, right? And now we'll talk about the marketing aspect of Twitter, right? So like I showed you the example which was in front of us. A lot of brands do contests. You know, Twitter is a very public platform. People come together, you ask them questions, you ask them stuff, so they become excited very quick. And together they start tagging their friends and mentioning them and whatnot. And you can do contests, you know, like get the word out there, leverage your brand and stuff like this, right? So this is Samsung doing an engagement activity where it's asking people to unsolve a puzzle, and those who comment they can win a prize. So this is all about brand building and visibility, right? And then they do have a link to the website where a person can go and know more about the new phone they are promoting. And see, people enjoy answering, and you know people love uh, engaging with the brand and participating, right? Swiggy does them like tell us who is this. Dash is the fastest anyone has reached 9,000 ODI runs, or what train is this? You know, like general knowledge and questions. And people really love picking up their brains and, you know, like trying to think and scratch their heads are okay. And they love participating. They're always good in for a good question, for a good quiz. And people, they love participating, and brands really leverage on it. So it's always good to, you know, create content which is engaging and people would love to answer back, retweet, or share, because that will further boost the visibility of the content and people can really feel associated to the brand or business, right? I mean, if there's a person who is, let's say, interested in ordering food, and you keep him engaged with such trivia and fun stuff, so as a brand you are like acquiring a customer and eventually that person will order from you. This kind of strategy even Zomato uses a lot. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, but even Zomato creates a lot of topical content, you know, about things happening around, and it creates stuff on Twitter and people really, you know, like get excited to see it and they share it across. So stuff like that. I mean, if remember the PNB one, when the PNB scam had come out and Zomato did a post and tweet that PNB, peanut and butter, something like that. And that really made sense to people because, you know, that time it was a trending topic and PNB was a hot keyword. And they used that to create content, and a lot of people saw it, and you know they engage with it. So it's always good to leverage topical content and use it. And of course, if you can package it with something like this, a contest or a quiz, and you give a prize as an incentive, it's always good, to do that so that these people engage with you. See, there's such a funny one. You have to stop this GIF at the right place, right? And put a screen and share back and take a screenshot and share, and you can win tickets to the movie or something like that, or a stop to win. So Death Wish, the movie is coming out on what date? Stop on that date, take a screenshot and share. So these are all good ways to engage with people so that they have some fun, and in turn you're marketing your own business and you're marketing your own proposition, and you are engaging with them. So it's always nice to do that, right? So ways to drive brand awareness and build relevant following. Always tweet awesome and valuable content. I mean, boring content no one will like. You'll have to think crazy, and it's very cliche terminology, but you'll have to think outside the box. It can't be boring. It can't be, plain Jane. I mean, once a friend of mine, he owns an IT company. He's just posting boring stuff about software and this, and I'm like, why are you doing it like this? Why can't you make something fun out of it? I mean, when you have a product, think about the customer. When you have the customer, think about the experiences. When you have the experiences, think about the pain points. Then create fun stuff. So I helped him out. So then we would create, very fun tweets, like a guy on the phone saying, "My computer has crashed," and something like that, and make fun jokes, memes, and then the engagement started getting better. So it has to be awesome and valuable, even if it's something as I would say simple as financial investment policies. You can still create awesome, valuable content so that people engage with you. So you'll have to be a little creative, else it will be very difficult. You have to tweet consistently. It's not possible that you tweet this week and next 2 weeks you're not there and then you tweet. Then people lose interest and they lose out. I mean, you gain when you do good content, you gain a lot of followers very quickly. Many people come to me and ask me that, sir, how to get good followers, how to get a lot of followers. Should I buy followers? And I'm like, no. The only way you can get followers, and that too genuine one, is by doing consistent content. I mean, I experimented it. So the year, almost 6 years back, 7 years back, uh, Soumya had challenged me that that we were doing social media together, and I only had 140 followers on Twitter. And she said, "Okay, let's see if you can make yourself into a Twitter influencer." I was like, "Sure, why not?" And then from that very day, I devised a strategy that I would tweet about funny stuff, humorous stuff. I would tweet. I would schedule tweets in the morning, that they keep out going in the day. So I had a 2 hour metro journey. While going and 2 hour while coming back. So 4 hours in a day, I would just sit in the metro and tweet and talk to people. I did that for like a year, and my followers, it reached to around 10,000 from 140. So it's all about creating good content. It should be nice, rich content, and you need to tweet consistently. You need to be very active. I used to talk to like hundreds of people in a day, get into conversations, create content, and that led me to have a lot of followers. So you need to have that strategy in place. It can't be that you're just doing one tweet each month, or you do 5 6 tweets in a week and then you vanish. It don't work like that. So you have to have some plan. Contests and giveaways always work on such platforms, especially as a brand. I mean, see, when you are a product or maybe sometimes a service, right? You can only get more market by trials, right? If I'm a software, I can give a free demo. If I'm a product, I can give a sample, because sampling, giveaways, and trials and all these things, they make people get a taste of what you have, and then these tell you, go ahead and tell 10 more people, and then they become your next customers and blah blah. So doing contests and giveaways is one of the best things which work on Twitter and Instagram, and you really have to like create a very nice campaign or a fun vibe that people would love to associate with you. I mean, you can't just do a post that, okay, selling this product, giving away this product, take it. No, it can't be like that. You have to think of something very fun. Ask people to share nice pictures and tag you and mention you and stuff, and then you can do stuff. So it has to be creative. For example, there's a watch brand called Daniel Wellington. I don't know if you guys have heard about it or not. Even I had not, but I was doing research for some clients, so I got to know about it. So those guys, they've become a huge brand in terms of watches, and they've become a huge brand only because of Instagram and Twitter. And what do? They give out these watches to semi-influencers. People who have, let's say, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 followers, and they say, okay, we'll give you a free product or a giveaway. You have to do 10 posts throughout the next 2 months and mention us and tag us. And they give out such, let's say, 20 products and give it to 20 influencers, and this happens for a month. Imagine the visibility the product and brand is getting. It's any day more than a silly billboard standing in front of a flyover which no one is looking at. Do you agree with me or not? Because here people who influence fashion and influence trend are talking about it and sharing it to their followers. So it'll anyhow add a layer of authenticity. You guys agree with me or not? Yes or no? Yeah. And influencer marketing is a very popular thing that happens on Twitter and Instagram. Twitter and Instagram are very similar, in many ways they're similar in terms of the hashtag and the whole public platform kind of a thing and searchability kind of a factor. And especially the ease of use, you like something, click a picture and zip, it's on Instagram. You want to say something, open your Twitter, tap, 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 you write it down and zip, it's gone out. So it's very fast, very convenient, and people love coming here. They take a taste and they go back, and it's very dynamic. I mean, Facebook, as opposed to this, you only go when you have some idle time in hand and you just want to have a casual browsing and something like that. Yeah. So once a friend of mine said, Facebook is like getting a boat and paddling that boat in the Nainital lake. You have nothing to do. You are with your wife and children and you're paddling a boat in Nainital lake. And Twitter is like a speedboat you take to Fifi Islands in Bangkok with your girlfriend. And I'm like, that has to be the worst way of explaining the difference, but I get where you're coming from because you get more thrills on channels like Twitter and Instagram. It's so fast paced, high adrenaline rushed. Whereas Facebook is a little laid back. You chill, you enjoy. It's a little fun, right? So, but that's not a. Don't quote me on this, okay? Someone will shoot me, so don't do that, right? So it's like that. Leverage trending topics, obviously, because Twitter is about public opinions and all that. So, like I showed you for the milk brand as well. Whenever something's trending, whenever something's popular, you can use those hashtags and keywords and create content. I mean, if I'm a milk brand and if, let's say, summer holidays are trending, so I can do so many things. Create tweets about how kids can have milk and play for hours, how summers milk give nutrients, and do tons and tons of things around it. So it's always about being a little creative and leveraging these things, right? Always use hashtags, follow relevant users. The biggest mistake which people do when they think they will grow their social channels is that they would start creating a lot of content but would never reciprocate the love. I mean, how can you expect people to like and retweet your content if you don't do that to theirs? You have to be active both ways. I mean, you need to have a presence in the other sense as well. You need to go to handles, check out what people are saying, talk to them, favorite their content, follow them, retweet their content. Only then will people perceive you as a real handle or a real account, and they will engage with you. So one has to be like very active. You just can't just post, 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 post. You need to share some love back as well. Okay. And hence you can follow, retweet, favorite content from others and run Twitter ads to grow your following. As a brand, if you think you need to get some numbers up, so Twitter also has an ad platform. You can use that to run ads, right? We already told you what trends are when things become popular in a very small period of time, it starts picking up. So a large number of tweets in a very small period of time, when a lot of people, especially influencers and stuff, start tweeting it. So Twitter picks it up and it starts showing here on the left hand side. That becomes a trend, right? So now we talk about ads. So just like Facebook, Twitter also has an ads platform, okay? And it's exactly similar. I mean, you see this ad here, it says sponsored, right? That means it's an ad, and I'm being targeted because I create campaigns and contests for clients. So this service is an app which helps you run contests for clients, and it's selling this to me. I'm being targeted, right? And I can sign up on their website and get their services, right? And bec- this is Adobe Creative Cloud because we all use Adobe softwares to create and design stuff and all that. So it's asking me to take a trial of some new software which these guys have made. So ads are always targeted on Facebook on the basis of interests. Similarly, on Twitter also there are some categories and functionalities which I use. So I'll just take you through them. Okay. So what you see here on Twitter is the Twitter feed, right, in the center. So just like Facebook, where you have ads in the feed, the news feed, even Twitter also shows you ad in the feed. And the moment I said an ad, which company is running an ad? Which is this company? Can anyone guess? The ad which is appearing in my news feed. Very good. Yes. Do you think the targeting makes sense? They want me to try G Suite for free for 14 days. So basically a business email account and Drive and Hangouts and Calendar. Yes, the targeting makes sense because I'm an employer and I can avail these services for my office and I can, do that. I already use Google services, so it's a waste targeting on their behalf. Yes, but well, to very good for them. Okay, so this is an ad which is coming in the feed. How do I know? It says promoted here. So right? In Facebook it says sponsored here. On Twitter it says promoted here. Sometimes you can also run an ad where you run a promoted tweet here in the top, right? Like this one. It's known as promoted tweet. Kiko loves India. Some Kiko Milano India is doing a promoted tweet, right? There's also a follower ad where a suggestion for followers comes. That's also promoted, right? And then of course the newsfeed ad which I just showed you, right? So let me show you how to set up a campaign. It's very simple. This circle head here has an option called Twitter ads. Can you see it? Is it visible? Hello, 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 hello. Can you guys see this? Is it visible? I don't want you guys to miss out. Yeah. So click on it and the Twitter ads manager will open. So very honestly, without lying to me, tell me how many of you did actually run an ad on Facebook after my humble request? How many of you went back and actually tried running an ad campaign? Very good, Stuti. Very good, Punita. Very good, Varun. Thanks for being honest. I appreciate the honesty as well. So it's equally good for me. You did. Okay. And what about others? Not yet. Why? Why you do this? Why you do this? You should. I want you guys to try ads so that you experiment with targeting, learn how to set up a campaign, and see how it works. So that if you get stuck, I can answer your questions and help you guys out. Can I expect all of you to do it? Can you all do it in the coming week? Just spend $100. It's not about the money, it's about the experience. Good. I trust you. I trust all of you. I want you guys to try it so that if you get stuck or confused, you ask me and I answer. वो तो होगा, that will happen. Anyway, so just like Facebook, Twitter also has a campaign dashboard, right? Like this. And how many of you remember the steps which I told you? That uh, uh, you choose an objective, then you choose a targeting, then you choose a budget, then you choose a placement, then you choose how you will pay, then you choose and then you choose your ad creative and stuff. Like how the ad will look like. Do you guys remember the whole step which I had told you last time? I even made you guys write it down. Yeah. So Twitter ads are exactly similar. They are not different in any way. So you have to choose an objective, right? You have to choose an objective. Like, what will you do? Do you want app installs? Do you want followers? Do you want engagement? Do you want website? Oh, Stuti, that's so nice. Wow. I will just shed a tear. Just give me a second. I'm got a little emotional. Good. Nice. You remember it? That's very nice. Thanks. I'm glad you guys remember this. That makes me very happy. अभी कुछ पूछ लूंगा तो बैंड बज जाएगा. अभी I'll ask something, okay? What are the metrics for measuring performance of social media content? What are the two metrics that can be used to measure the performance of social media content? Very good. Most of you know it. Thank God no one said mileage and seconds. Good. Okay, thanks. Good. See, you guys remember. So let's say I want to run an ad which takes people to my website. I mean, this is so simple. Even my grandma runs ads on Twitter. It's as simple as that. Both of us love running Twitter ads. So I remember during my summer holidays, I would go to my nanny's house or my dadi's house, and we would run Twitter ads together. Such fun, nostalgic days they were. Childhood memories, great times. Anyway, it's very simple, and just like Facebook, you choose a campaign objective. So here I want clicks, so I can choose a daily budget. Let's say I want to spend $10 daily. It's in dollars, yes, and $50 is my overall cap, right? And when I want to start, so let's say I want to move next, then I'll choose a time group, and I can choose how much I'm willing to pay for an ad and stuff like that. I can choose all of it, right? I'll just go to the other version of this so that it's easier to show it to you. So they have two layouts. You can choose both of them. Okay. Just refresh it once. Let's say, oh, even my got stuck. No, mine is back. So it's a test campaign. Start immediately. Let's say I put my domain name, let's say weebysocial.com, right? And let's say, for hypothetically, let's say I want to talk about humor. Okay. So I choose that, right? Now I can choose a targeting. So I'll show you some fun things. You guys remember what targeting is? Do you guys remember what targeting is? Yeah. Okay. So here also you can target people by age, language, keywords. I can target people who use particular keywords very frequently, right? So let's say if people talk about cakes, I can target that, right? So I can target people who talk about cakes. So how cool is that? I can target people who talk about any particular keyword. I want to see something cool. I can target my competitors' followers. Allow me to blow your mind. If I am Flipkart, I can target all the people who follow Snapdeal, right? I can target all the people who follow Amazon. How cool is that? What do you say? Is that cool or not? I can target my competitors' followers as well. So keywords, competitors, interests and behaviors just like Facebook, right, and stuff I can use and target. Then I can set up how much I want to spend. I put all that and gives me like an estimation in a given budget. How many people will I reach daily, right? Um, uh, what a total budget for me would be, stuff like that. So it all comes out there. Then I can choose a creative, like what kind of creative I want to show. So I can create a new one or use an existing one. It can be both, right? Uh, uh, so that's that. So it's pretty similar to how stuff happens on Facebook. Why it's being more useful ads place than Facebook and other platforms. Sorry, I didn't get you. What? Why it's being more useful ads place than Facebook and other platforms? You're saying why this is more useful as opposed to Facebook? Are you saying that? I mean, you're saying why this is better than Facebook? Is that the question? Okay, you must be typing. Well, it depends, Rakesh. I mean, if you're a brand whose audience is on Twitter, then this might be better. But Facebook is cheaper, convenient, and like it gives you more flexibility. So you really can't compare what is good and what is not. Actually, comparing is tough. Facebook has its own USPs, and Twitter has its own. And then you can, create a new piece of content here, compose a tweet, add a photo, headline, website, card, set up a creative, and you are good to run your ad. So, would you say that this is exactly similar to Facebook in everything? You choose an objective, you choose a budget, you choose targeting, you choose a payment method, and you upload an ad and run it. That's it. It is exactly similar to Facebook. There is no difference. It is same to the point, right? And yeah, it's good. I mean, you pay in dollars, and it's a little costlier as opposed to a Facebook ad, but then it's great, and you can leverage this platform to create some good campaigns. So yeah, it's pretty nice and pretty neat, right? So that's Twitter ads, as a marketer, as a person who's managing a business, you can always leverage Twitter ads to see, what kind of campaigns work for you. See when Google is running one. Similarly, just like Facebook has insights, Twitter also has analytics for measuring the performance. You see this here under Twitter ads. Can you see this? Is it visible? So that will open the this thing analytics dashboard, and you can see the numbers and stats. So you can see who are the people who engage with you the most. What are your recent engagements, right? What are the top tweets you've done? People who follow you with top followers and stuff. So you can go to tweets here and see what your impressions have been like, right? You can choose a time period. It's taking a while to load because it's still slow, but I can see. So I can see that in April how my numbers were like, right? So in April, I had 23,000 impressions. What were my tweets, right? What was the engagement rate? How many link clicks was I getting? So all the engagement metrics I can get, and I can compare it with, let's say, March, right? So I can see, so I can make comparisons that what was the engagement, what were the clicks and likes. So I had more engagement in March. I can again compare it with Feb, like that. So I had lesser engagement in Feb, but more likes and stuff. So you can always compare. You can also see how your followers and audiences have grown. So you can see, um, just hang on. So for me, it's been like pretty flat, right? But if you create content regularly, it can increase, and you can see your growth, right? That how your followers grow and stuff. You can see the interests of people who follow you and stuff like that. So some great insights as well to help you see the performance of your content and measure it. So you can do all of that, right? And it's pretty neat. I mean, you can just create a lot of engagement and just measure it, that what works. I mean, I can go to top tweets and see what were the top tweets this month, so I can see what all worked for me, right? So I can check that out. Yeah. So I can see what were the top tweets, how many people engaged, what all worked for me, and stuff like that. So each month I can see what works and stuff. So again, Twitter analytics are a great way to measure your performance. Just like Facebook Insights, guys, no difference. You measure performance in terms of reach and engagement, right? So I've told you what analytics are. So key factors in governing the reach of a tweet. Now, I'll just finish Twitter and then we'll take it, right? Yeah. No, it's all organic. Analytics is all organic. If I go to events here, it shows events in the United States. Yeah, maybe because you haven't set up Asia Pacific in your settings as a country, right? Go to settings, no? I mean, it's very simple. Go here and go to settings and just set it up, right? But do it later. First, hear me out what I'm saying. That will be better. So, key factors that govern the reach of a tweet: number of followers, number of RTs, use of relevant hashtags, and timing of the tweet. So, it should be timed right, है ना? And you should create content which people retweet, right? In Facebook, it helps you see because you can boost content. Here, when you're running an ad, you're creating a new entity. You're not boosting tweets. You're creating new tweets which are running separately as an ad as well, right? And then you can filter it out, right? So yeah, so use relevant hashtags, number of followers. If like if you have a lot of followers, of course your reach will be higher and stuff like that. So there are some tools which are used to measure the analytics of hashtags, and you can measure how they're performing. But I'll do this in the last session because I do all the tools together, right? I don't want to confuse you right now with tools. So hold on to the tools aspect. So all these tools which help you measure the reach and engagement of hashtags, I'll do it in the final session with all the tools. So for each platform, I have tools in mind, and there are some beyond this also which I'll share with you. So hang on to that for a bit. And just don't worry, I'll take you through it in a proper sense. So in the fifth session, we'll do tools in one stretch, all of the tools from Twitter to Insta to growth hack to automation. We'll do all the tools together. Okay. So that was Twitter, guys, and thanks for being patient. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. So was I able to make Twitter fun for you? Did you guys enjoy it? Like, did you learn new things about Twitter? And those of you who said you're not very active and you don't go to Twitter much, can I expect you guys to be more active on Twitter? Can I take that as a promise? Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I hope you guys can see that Twitter is fun. You can do so many things: engage with people, ask questions, mess with Ranveer Singh and whatnot. As a brand, create fun topical content, use hashtags. Takes effort. It's a fun platform. It's very fun and very interesting, right? So I'm glad you guys like it, right? You did not get the video dimension reference sheet that you had mentioned last time. Oh, it's good that you remember and you hold it against me. I am happy. I will do it, Abhi. Don't worry. Thanks for reminding me. Don't. I'm really sorry that I forgot giving, but it's just that life. My life is like a speedboat going to Fifi Islands, right? Without a girlfriend. So I'm sorry if I forgot, but I will share it after the break, and that's my promise to you. Okay, don't worry. I will do it pakka 100% without fail. Okay. Can you tell where to change the region to Asia Pacific from? See, I'm not very good with the settings aspect. I haven't really played along with the settings because when I created, I put India as a country. So I can see, but I'm not sure. It says time zone, no? So doesn't the time zone make sense, right? Then I'll have to check because such problems have never happened to me. Country is India, so maybe. Yeah. So I don't know why you're seeing US events. I don't even see events anywhere. So can't really answer. I can help like if there's something related to um, this thing I can answer. Let's see what you're saying. I don't think so they'll have an events tab for India, yeah. Because Twitter is an American platform, right? What do you want me to explain, Valerie? Even I'm getting the same thing. So they might not have one for India, I guess. There isn't any. At the end of the day, it's an American website, so they're more into those things. But don't worry, so this has got nothing to do with marketing though. Like you really don't have to browse events for marketing. So I don't know, and I wonder how you reached here, but it has got nothing to do with what we are learning. So these platforms keep on doing a lot of things. Yeah, I mean events in US probably because they have a lot of data on US. You know how you can target people by income in the US because these are after all American websites, right? So they're more lean towards those places and have more features. Yeah, Valerie, what did you want me to explain? Please tell me. What? Sorry, I didn't get you. Targeting competitor followers, you're saying. So in Twitter ads, when you go to targeting, you can target the followers of your competitors. That means if you are, let's say, uh, where like name any brand, Valerie. I don't know if I'll be able to, although associate. Let's say if you're Coke, you can follow the competitors of Dr. Peppers. You can follow. What just happened? Yeah, so I was saying that if you are Coke, you can follow the competitors of Pepsi. You can follow the competitors of, sorry, target the competitors of Dr. Pepper. You can follow target the competitors of Pepsi and stuff. So in targeting only, there's an option. When you go and you target, no, so it gives you an option of targeting people by their followers, right? And there you can do it. Do you want me to show you? I had shown it. It takes a while to go there, but I'll again do it. Okay. It's a little bit of just hang on. Just give me a second, please. So here you see I can target people by followers. So see. So if I'm Coke, I can target all the people who follow Pepsi, right? I can target all the people who follow Pepsi. I can target all the people who follow Pepsi India and stuff like that. So it's always so as a business, if I can target my competitors' followers, that's a great thing. Don't you think so? Yes or no? So I can show my ads to these people who follow my competitors. Are you getting it, Valerie? What I'm trying to say? Me as a brand or business can run ads which I can show to the followers of my competitors. So if I am Amazon, I can show ads to people who follow eBay, to people who follow Snapdeal, and like similar competitors. Did you get me now? No, not on Twitter. No. And I would always want you guys to explore it a bit because these platforms are different in the sense of functionalities, but not the logic. Pretty much they are similar. I mean, you can target followers here, but not on Facebook. Facebook doesn't have the concept of followers. So it's like that. Cool, guys. Great. So let's take a small break and then start again in 10 minutes. Okay. 10-15 minutes max. We'll take a break and we'll start with LinkedIn. And you guys can rest. You guys must be tired. So take a break and see you guys in 10-15 minutes. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay, then. See you. See you in like 10-15 minutes. Okay. Is everyone back? Are you guys back? Okay, so we'll just start in like a few seconds. Just settle in. We'll start. Cool. We'll just start in 10 seconds. Just settle in. I think almost all of you are here. So we'll just start. Meanwhile, you guys can open up your LinkedIn. Sorry. You can see it in the ads manager. So if you go to the ads manager here, you can see it. Go to ads manager. There'll be a campaign dashboard like this, and you can see it here. If you have an actively running ad, you can check it in the campaigns dashboard in your ads manager. Okay. Just play around with it a bit and you'll get it. It's not actually very tough. You once you set the ad, it will ask you to go back to the ads manager and this dashboard will open and your ad will be here. When you see it's active and on. Okay. Cool. So everyone's back. Shall we begin? That you can check in the preview. So if you go to ad sets, from campaigns, go to ad sets, from there go to the ad, and in the ad there's an option of preview and you can see it there. Okay. It's really very like visible. It's everything is there. You just have to have a look. Right? It's not that tough. Still, if you want, I'll show you. So from campaigns you get into ad sets, and from ad sets you can get into ads like this. And once you're inside ads, right, then you can click on this and you can see preview here. So from here you can do a preview of how it will look like. Okay. Arey, this is very easy. Don't worry. You play along with the tool a bit, you will understand it. It is nothing. You guys know this better than me. Trust me. It's as simple as that. It's very simple. Just use it for like a few times and you will be like good in it. Trust me. It's really not tough. Had it been, I would have told you. It's very easy. It looks very fancy and technical and complicated. It's not. It's very easy. Very simple to use. Facebook has made this tool so that even a small business owner who doesn't understand digital can also advertise. So they always make like AdWords Express. Similarly, Ads Manager is also that. Yeah. Hey, I don't teach. I just share my experiences. That's it, and how I see things. Right? I am also a student of digital marketing, just like you guys. Maybe I just have a little more experience. That's it. Yeah. And I'm sharing those. And I couldn't run the add-on schedule as I for only lifetime running ads. So normally, is that a better option to check normally? Yeah, definitely. You should keep a check on it thoroughly, and that to see if you think that you can like optimize it to something better, you can always do it. Maybe change the targeting a bit. Maybe put some money or more money, or change the placement. Like whatever you think. It's always a task for optimizing ads. Try 10 kinds of targetings, 10 kinds of creatives. So um, you have to have a thorough check. So generally we check 3 4 times a day. And but when a serious campaign is running, I check every hour and I try to optimize it. So it always has to be like that. Cool. So let's start now. So up till now we talked about Twitter and uh, just hang on, give me a sec, please. Why is this not opening? Yeah, it will open now. So sorry. We'll talk about another social media channel that's very important, and it's a place which again functions very differently. You see a lot of people from different uh, verticals in their professional life come up, engage, network, and do stuff, right? So about LinkedIn, how many of you are on LinkedIn? How many of you visit LinkedIn? Okay, interesting. And how frequently do you visit LinkedIn? Like how frequently? And why do you go to LinkedIn? Why do you go to LinkedIn? Jobs, okay, makes sense. Marketing and relations, interesting. Nice to know. Okay, good. What else? Jobs, yes, makes sense. Yes, jobs. Networking, okay. Check out forums and interesting content people share. Okay, sure. So LinkedIn is a professional network where a lot of people come to share their thoughts, experiences, and network. Right? Many people think it's a place where one can find jobs. While it's true, but it's much more than that. You know, when it comes to networking, LinkedIn has more to offer than what meets the eye. There's too much to do. Okay, yes, you can find people, look for jobs, find employees, find jobs, and all that is there. But apart from that, LinkedIn also helps you market yourself and your business. You can create thought leadership. People can know that okay, you are someone who knows his stuff and you are good in your industry. You have knowledge about your own field. You share things which add value to people's lives. You carry experience about those topics which can help one and stuff. So people, once they know that, they can get in touch with you for n number of requirements. You can do n number of things together, explore opportunities in the future, and do whatnot. So LinkedIn is not only a jobs portal, but it's also a tool where you can create some thought leadership and explore opportunities and share synergies, right? So while Facebook is like the four walls of your house where you have private conversations, and Twitter is like that marketplace or community park where people are sitting and having discussions. LinkedIn is like that big conference summit where everyone from your industry is there and they're discussing about the industry and they're talking about their experience, and you can network. You know how you just bend a little and with both thumbs pass on your business cards. That kind of a place where you network, you tell who you are, you get to know what others do, and you share synergies together. So that's what LinkedIn is. And again, it's a phenomenally different social media channel. It is very formal, very mature audience. It's very to the point. No bullshit, no jazzy content, no flimsy content, no unnecessary hee hee ha ha's. To the point, productive and efficient way of exploring options, talking about things, talking about industry, sharing opportunities and all. It's like very serious place. Yes, little bit of humor once in a while does come up here, but it's not like Facebook. It's not very politically opinionated like Twitter. It's very professional. From an intern and a student to a CEO and a veteran, you will find all of them here, and they will be here for some purpose, and they would want no nonsense, no clutter approach, and they will stick to it. So it's again a very different social media channel. How brands leverage it is also very different. So while Facebook, Twitter, Instagram are all consumer centric social media channels, you can find your customers there. You can find people who are willing to buy your product, try your service, try it. Facebook is about LinkedIn is about building a value for yourself, for your business, talking about how your business and how your own whatever you do, you yourself and your business, how you have leadership, the innovation you have, the things you do, how you're making changes, contribution you're doing to the industry and stuff. So it's not even a Flipkart and a Snapdeal won't be selling discounts and offers and summer collections on LinkedIn because the audience here is different. And any business has a B2B leg attached to it, right? I mean, any business. Okay. So let me open your minds a little bit so that you try seeing things from my lens a bit. Okay. A milk brand. Is it B2B or B2C? Okay. Cool. Now, what is the biggest objective or challenge for a milk brand? No, in terms of business goals. In terms of business goals. More sales, customer reach, okay. Market share, right? Yeah, more sales, customer reach, market share, right? But do you know, branding is actually not a key objective or challenge, it's not like that. You will have such desi brands also selling without any branding. It's not like that. Branding is a part of promotions. Promotion is a part of marketing, and marketing is just one part of a business, right? Yes or no? Business involves many things, of which one is marketing, of which one is promotions, of which one is advertising, of which one is branding. So branding is like in too low in the pyramid. Yeah. The biggest challenge for a milk brand is not about customers. It's not really about customers and market share. That comes secondary. The biggest challenge for a milk brand is to find distributors and retailers who will stock the products, right? And give it a shelf space. Okay. Finding customers is secondary. First, you need to find people who will stock your products and give it to customers. Why should I, as a distributor, stock your product when people want Mother Dairy and Amul? I'll keep more of it. Am I making sense or not? If people want Mother Dairy and Amul, and that is what I should sell then, because that will make me money, why should I have your XYZ brand in my store? Why should I keep it? So that is one of the biggest key challenges which a brand focuses, which is finding distributors, retailers, finding logistics, finding the right people who can, add wings to the business. And then comes the selling, right? Then comes the selling. And how can you do that? Find distributors, logistics, supply chain, retailers. Channels like LinkedIn come in pretty well. If you're a startup, right, don't think that a platform like Facebook and Instagram will get you a lot of customers in a day or in a week. It takes time to get there. But if you are good and a channel like LinkedIn, you are always active, present, and you speak sense about your business. Maybe you find an investor or a partner, or maybe someone who gives you some added advantage and adds wings. And maybe then you can boost your presence to these channels. Anything in this world has a B2B leg attached to it. Anything. Anything. It can be anything. If my mom is a chef and she makes cakes, she's a baker, even she can reach out to corporates and do a tie up and have a monthly retainer with them. Okay. Everything in this world has a B2B leg attached to it. Not everything is B2C. And hence a platform like LinkedIn comes into play where you can explore opportunities, find the right resources, find the right people, find the right things, the tools, everything to push things up a notch. Am I making sense? Are you guys getting me? Yes or no? I mean, a lot of people invest money into delivery. Like, let's say you're a restaurant and you have a delivery fleet, but your fleet is always late, is disorganized. They always reach late. They are unaccounted for. But maybe one day on LinkedIn you see that a guy has come up with an application which helps you track your delivery fleet real time, and you partner together and come out with a product where you can manage delivery fleets together and you can account for them where they are. Just an example, and you can improve your business significantly, right? You can even market your business like that. That if you're a restaurant, we can track your fleets for you, right? We are doing it for our own business. Why not? So there is no limit to possibilities that can happen. And when you are on a platform like LinkedIn, you just don't know what kind of explore opportunities you can explore. Okay, cool. So talking about that, what do active users do on LinkedIn? Connect with other professionals, looks for jobs, stay updated with industry trends, creates thought leadership. Thought leadership is a very important thing. When you create a lot of valuable content, people look up to you with respect that, okay, this guy knows about his industry, this guy knows about his field. And then, maybe in the future they can share some opportunities and possibilities with you. Okay. So LinkedIn really helps in increasing the face-to-face networking effectiveness. I mean, uh, very briefly, I'll tell you a story. When I had just started working, I used to have a lot of time in hand, and I used to have a blog called digitaldope.in, and I would write articles on digital marketing on it and put it on LinkedIn, and I would share it. And this gentleman once read it. He was an Indian in States, and we had a discussion on it. It was about how SEO sometimes is better than paid ads, and if you have a long-term SEO approach, then paid ads are really of no value. That time, paid ads used to be so cluttered and stuff and whatnot. So we had a discussion on it, and he really liked what I had to say. So a lot of years passed, like 4 5 years later, I was in a social media summit in Gurgaon, and this a gentleman comes up to me and says, "Hey, you're the same guy we talked on LinkedIn, remember?" And I was like, "Okay, I don't." And then we talked, and we, like hit it off pretty well. We broke the ice. We talked. So he told me that after talking to me, he had invested in SEO, and over the years, there's a good organic traffic he's getting, and now he wants to permanently move his business to India. So he's coming to India, and he's quit his job in the States, and he's setting up a startup here, and he has the right funding to do it and stuff. So I was like, okay, great. I would love to be associated with you. He himself asked me to, take on the marketing responsibilities. So then me and Soumya, we were still working. We were still doing jobs, and we were working in our capacity as freelancers to market their business online. And then after another few years passed, his business grew. He gave us more work. We eventually decided, he motivated us to start our own business, and we thought, okay, why not? He gave us the encouragement, and he was our first client. Until date, he's our first client. Now he's like a family friend, and he's a great person to network and interact with. Has a great network of people, and it's great. And it all started with the article which I shared on LinkedIn, and we had a discussion on. So it's like that. So when a platform like this, you create content and you add value to the life of someone, people definitely appreciate that, and your effective networking effectiveness increases, right? Happens to me so many times. I mean, I for one, I'm like very active on LinkedIn, and I write and tweet, sorry, post a lot. So I keep on getting queries from here and there. Once a school senior of mine introduced me to quite a nice company in London for digital marketing services. And I asked him, how you got to know about me? He said, I follow you. He himself is a lawyer, has no knowledge about digital marketing. But he said, I see you write a lot of content on LinkedIn, so I think you might be the right person to, introduce you to my client. So he's the lawyer. He's the lawyer of the client, and I'm the agency, right? And he introduced us, and things were hit it off pretty well. So when you need to do good in life, you need to show to the world that you know you have that value. You can add some element into their lives, and you speak sense. And you can't do it in one day. You can't do it in one week. It has to be gradual, and eventually, people will start noticing you, and it really adds value. So that's great. Talking about recruitment, now that we are on the other side of the table, right? So we have a team of around 15 people, and hiring is something which we do like ourselves only, me and Soumya. We don't have an HR or something. So LinkedIn really helps us, in understanding the candidates and whether they'll be a good fit or not. So we put up a job post ad on LinkedIn and we get CVs. So we shortlist them. Then we stalk the edge out of them. We go to their Facebook, we go to their Instagram, we see what kind of life they have. It's very important for us as a company to get people who have a life beyond work. So in our company, someone's a fitness trainer, someone's a blogger, someone's a chef, food influencer, someone's a singer. They do shows. So we try to hire people who have a life beyond work, and that really keeps things fun, right? So we look at that, and if that fits into our criteria, then we see the experience and knowledge they carry for the role they're applying for. Then we do a telephonic, and then once we shortlist, then we do go for a personal round, and then we finally decide. So LinkedIn really helps us, in breaking that initial awkwardness, because CVs also don't speak much. I mean, if you go to CVs, they just speak. They are just written text format of what the guy has achieved. But on LinkedIn, you can really see what all they have done and what were the experiences, and see if what other people have to say about them and the kind of networks they follow and whatnot. So life becomes very easy, and for us as recruiters also, we get to know a lot about people. So both from a business building point of view and from a recruitment point of view, LinkedIn is a great tool, and like I love it. I use it a lot. I spend a lot of money on LinkedIn as well because it really helps me, right? So great stuff happens here, and it's very powerful. If you want to grow, do well, and even as a brand, business, or person, you want to leverage it to reach to some a better place. It definitely works with that. You just have to leverage it the right way, right? Talking about marketing on LinkedIn, it doesn't happen like Facebook, get 20 rupees off on this, nah, download the app and get a free code, nah. I mean, no, stuff like that doesn't happen. Marketing on LinkedIn doesn't work like that. It's a professional place. People come here to speak sense about their industry and talk about their business and share the experiences which they have, share the values which they have. So you just can't be gimmicky and product centric. So here, the whole cycle of marketing is a coexistence between two things. Okay, I'll just clean this out and I'll try to explain this to you with an example. So when one has to market on LinkedIn, the first thing they have to market is themselves. Because if you yourself don't market yourself, how will people know who you are and what you do? And then when you really market yourself and you tell people that okay, I am someone who has a lot of knowledge and I carry experiences and I can speak sense. Only then people will try to see okay, this person really knows and this is the company he's associated with. So let's try to associate with them, or let's like try to see whether they can help us or not and stuff like that. Okay, so it's all hand in hand, and you need to have like a thorough I would say focus or emphasis on all three, right? uh, so in order to explain this to you, just try to look at a very micro level. You never say that a Gupta dental clinic is a great place. You always say Dr. Gupta is a great dentist. You never say Sai Tutorials is a great tuition center. You always say Sharma sir is an amazing math sir. He'll really help you out. You never say that Mr. Kumar is a great Kumar Infotech is a great architect company. You will always say Kumar is a great architect. He designed this for me. Get in touch. Doctors, all the services everywhere. It's the face behind the business that drives it, right? People look at the person and whether they carry that knowledge or not. What do you think? Do you agree with me or not? What is your take on this? Yes, I mean, uh, if you think about it, just think about it. Uh, is there someone in your own network who you really look up to and is inspiring? Like, is there someone? Yes or no? Someone who speaks sense and is knowledgeable. Of course, yes, and and that's how it works. Like I'll uh, tell you a very interesting story. What? Oh, so big companies. What? Have you seen how popular Facebook Mark Zuckerberg is? The amount of thought leadership he creates, or Elon Musk. Why does he make so many videos and put it on social media? Look at big companies, Bill Gates and Melinda Foundation. Big companies do it more, don't you think so? That Alibaba guy, Jack Ma, have you seen how much thought leadership he creates on the internet? His gyan is all over the internet. I don't know if you've seen or not. Big companies do it more, bro. They do it more. They if big companies, when they go out for an IPO, okay, let's say hypothetically, do you know if Elon Musk says something wrong or bad or comes out with a scam, his company shares will go for a toss. Do you know this? They have to build that thought leadership. They have to build that presence. They have to build that authenticity, right? And these are big people. They are more dependent on it. Okay, I'll give you a very small example. Last year, around October, I got a call from a gentleman. Yeah, and he told me that he has a designer studio in South Delhi. I can't tell the name, okay? I can't reveal the name. And they make wedding dresses and all these things, right? Wedding, and he was just going through the internet for social media agencies, and he found us, and he really liked our work and this and that. So would I be up for a meeting? And I said, okay, fine. You searched us on Google, and you think we are good. We'll come for a meeting. So me and Soumya went, right? So this guy, he makes us sit and he says, so Shubhendu, I hadn't even introduced my name, but he knew my name. I see you were in Ogilvy working for Dabur. What did you do there? And I'm like, okay, how does he know so much about me? So that person then told us that he had gone through our LinkedIn and seen what all we do, because majority of the companies he met, people didn't even have a LinkedIn account, or they would, or he couldn't figure out what their experience in life was. They've just opened companies. I mean, he said the last guy he met was a CA who opened a digital agency, and he couldn't understand how he can help him. So no offense to CAs, but he couldn't fathom that how can a CA who opened a digital agency really help him market. So I said I can't comment on that, but now that you've stalked me, ask me questions and I'll be more than happy to answer. And he asked us a lot of questions and what all we did. And when at the end of the meeting, he tells me, I meet a lot of agencies, and these guys they send salespeople, and they don't know digital. So you guys come here and speak sense. So that gives me some, I would say, trust. So this is the brief from me. Work on a strategy and come back and tell me if, and let's see if you guys can think. And we like take a week or 10 days, and we come back with the strategy. And he liked it, and we moved ahead with the work. So you know even as someone who wants to employ someone's services, LinkedIn really helps you know whom you're getting in like touch with, like whom you're getting involved with. You just can't get involved with anyone, can you? I mean, you just can't. If you're looking for a vendor, for a service provider, you need to know that they are good and they will value your product and business as much as you do. And for me it was like a very great point when I corrected him because he had a catalog, and he named it wrong, and I said, you're naming your own catalog wrong, that's not what it's called. He said, see, you know better, you know my business better than me, so I'm impressed. Although these things sound cheesy and they do sound a little, I would say, cliched, but in real life, I don't know if you guys have ever experienced it, it really matters that you speak sense, you carry that trust, you carry that knowledge, and you talk about things, you do things which will add value to the other person's life, right? I mean, hi, myself, Shubhendu. I do digital marketing. Wouldn't really help my case because how can he take my word for it, right? He can't. People will do a background check. They will see who you are, what you do, what you know. And at times, a lot of people, send me messages on in my inbox that you know this, you know that. Can you help us with this and that? And I also do it. So last year we wanted to do a virtual reality game we wanted to make for a client. So we're a digital agency, but we never did virtual reality. So both me and Soumya were a little bit out because we had no clue how will we do virtual reality. That's something which we have never done. You require a designer, you require a coder, you require hardware. How will we do it? But I put a post on LinkedIn. I found vendors. I found someone who could work with us and keep the integrity intact and work with us. And we did a lot of projects together. So my clients also experienced virtual reality and they got some leverage. We also did something new. That vendor also got work, right? So It was great, and like I had never imagined uh, I could explore newer opportunities in life, and now me as a company I can do virtual reality and augmented reality experiences as well, because I have that team and I have that experience, and I had never thought I will do it, never, you know so it's always about how you explore newer opportunities, and you push yourself to know what all you can do. So LinkedIn's a great channel when it comes to all of that, and in order to market, just great. I'm joking. So the light went, and it takes like 2 seconds to get the generator back up. It's an automatic one, so it happens at times. Of course, you can. Don't worry. I'll not leave you in between. You can always trust me, right? Don't worry. Can you all hear me now? Am I audible? Can you all hear me? Okay, good. LinkedIn really helps in doing those things, and the kind of value you add into someone's life, it really creates a very significant impact. Okay. So talking about personal branding, I don't want to get into how to make a LinkedIn profile, because I think all of you have a LinkedIn profile, right? All of you have it, yes or no? I'd rather show you how to do personal branding. That's better. Yeah. Is there anyone who does not have a LinkedIn profile and you want me to show you how to make one? I think I don't. In today's time, I don't think so. There's anyone who wouldn't have. So cool. Let's go over to LinkedIn and look at a few things. Okay. So this is what I'll just minimize the chat window. It's a real pain. I hate it. Okay. So it just gets stuck on the screen and I can't see anything. So all of you can see my LinkedIn. Is my LinkedIn visible? No, Pushkar, don't worry. Making a profile is not that tough. When you go to LinkedIn, you sign up. Once you sign up, you put up a display picture, a cover picture, right? Display photo. You write your title, like what you do, a summary about what all experience you have, like a small, neat summary, right? And your job roles and everything. It's very simple. Stuff like that. You know what you've done, your job roles. If you have any achievements, some presentations you've made, and stuff like that. It's not that tough. It's not that tough, right? So that's that. So yeah. So talking about personal branding on LinkedIn. So I'll share some examples. Even LinkedIn has groups. So if you go to LinkedIn, let's say you look for a topic like digital marketing, right? So you can find a lot of groups like this, and you can join them. And these groups are public, and you can share stuff in them. A lot of people do. They're public, and they add a lot of value. A lot of people share engaging, active, a lot of interesting things here. So you can leverage that, and people who with similar interests, you can target them, right? So when you do personal branding, how do you create that aura and that sense of knowledge that okay, you know stuff? It's very simple. Post, post, post. Keep on posting stuff, right? For example, let me show you. I'll show you mine. It's a little embarrassing, but doesn't matter. I'm not. Uh, just don't judge me, right? So like I really like this article on web page optimizations. Like this is a very nice article which explains that how a simple landing page can really affect your business, and it's a very well written article. I mean, uh, uh, just look at this landing page. Do you think it's a nice landing page? Neat, clean headline, button. Do you think it's a nice one? It has a headline, sections. It has a button. It has inner sections, right? Do you think it's a very neat, clean, nice landing page? Yeah, but it's actually not. It's quite a terrible one because it has a lot of design flaws, right? And they very nicely explain that, and that's very nice. It has a lot of design flaws. It has issues, and then they've tried to explain how you can make something like this. Okay, you can't hear me. Uh, can, can you all hear me now? Can you all hear me now? Must be some network issue because this time I didn't get a notification or anything. In fact, the power also didn't get cut. I don't know what happened. Must be something. right? It's okay. We technology is not in our hands, like these things happen. Don't worry. So I was saying that when you look at this landing page, it looks very neat and clean and very nice. This one, it looks very sorted, but it's not. It has a lot of flaws. So they've explained that, and then they've shown how this could have looked better. So the same thing is redesigned and looks very nice. Neat, clean, to the point, something which people would buy and stuff like that. So that it's a very great article, and I shared. A lot of people loved it. Then when we have job openings, I share it. Right, I share news. Right, like whenever something new happens, I share it. Um, of course, uh, uh, there's a job opening, I will put it, right? Videos, whatever some good campaigns I see, I share it across. Interesting case studies like this. It's a case study on Red Bull, how it originated and how a guy, made it into a successful product. So this is me in Thailand. So I saw it and I put a story on it, right? And people loved it. Around 1,800 people saw it, and some commented on it. And always news updates, memes, right? Uh, this one's very interesting. Like this is, if you know the brand Neil Kamal, they did something very cheesy. Your one share can change someone's life. So with every 25 shares on this post, Neil Kamal will donate one water wheel to a village. Don't you think that's very cheesy? That's that's very negative, right? I mean, how you can't make people fools. No, you can't take people for fools. So everyone said, "What a cheesy, cheap attempt to market. You should rather give it for free." And then I just shared it on LinkedIn with thoughts that what brands do. So I keep on sharing a lot of such stuff. Like Ernst and Young trying to do a poll on Twitter, some topical content, always updates about Facebook. So when I keep on doing such stuff over the period of time, time and again, a lot of people they notice that, and then they send me messages, right? They sometimes they comment, sometimes they engage with me, and a lot of stuff. I keep on sharing these. So it's always nice and fun to be a part of that knowledge and see people love responding back, right? And um, people just understand. Okay, this is that thing which you wanted. Um, the video size thingy which you wanted. No, here it is. Here you go. I found it. Just give me a second and I'll share it with you. Let me see if you can access it like this. Yes, you can. So here you go, Gitanjali. You are asking for the video size sheet, right? So here you go. So it has a very neat representation of platform, uh, a very neat representation of things. It's all there, right? So you can have a look. So different sizes of videos. Where can you show them news feed, mobile, Instagram? It's very nicely put. You can use that, right? So I had also shared it with my own following, and people really appreciated it, right? So I got some comments and stuff. So I keep on sharing a lot of stuff. See, this is a game we made using a mind wave sensor. So the game tracks your mind waves, and you can drive a car using focus. That's what I shared. Articles, content on um, news. So I sometimes when I get time, I write. So just check this one out. So this is three challenges which the social media industry needs to tackle in 2017. And I've written this, and a lot of people have engaged, some business owners and CEOs and all that. So when people they take notice of who you are, what you do, and they engage with you, that's a nice way of doing it. One thing which really worked out for me was an article which I did towards the end of last year. So that's a very smart thing which I did. I'll show you. It's always good to show rather than just say. So my own website has a blog which I write. Yeah. So maybe Social has a blog. So this is a blog article I wrote, 7 important social media trends that will rock 2018. Right. So these are some trends which I was capturing for 2018, with virtual reality being one of them. And like I told you, now we guys do virtual reality and AR. So it's always good to tell people that we are into this, right? So now just check this out. So what I did was, and it worked really well for me. I'll tell you why, and let's see if you guys can figure it out or not. Yeah. So on LinkedIn, I have a huge network of people, right? They engage with me, and I share an article, 7 important social media trends. When they click on it, they go to my website, right? They go to my website and they read the entire thing, the article, and in the bottom they read what my business is about and what my company is about, right? And that's exactly what happened. So I shared it everywhere on LinkedIn. I got like around 1,500 unique visitors organically within like a week, right? And people were reading it. And towards the end of it, you can see we are a full service agency. You can see our work here and know about us. So tell me, guys, when on LinkedIn I share something like this, right, which people read and they go to my website. So what are the two things that are getting marketed here very beautifully? What are the two things that are being advertised here and marketed here in a very interesting way? So one is me, that Shubhendu Jha is a person who has knowledge and he's like associated with a company and he has knowledge about this. And when they read this article on my company's website, so they know okay, this is a company which does these services and these guys have the knowledge, so they can help us out. So in the beginning, I had told you personal branding and brand marketing are both related when it comes to LinkedIn. So does it make sense now? I'd rather show you than just show slides. Does it make sense now? Yeah, that I'm marketing myself and my business as well, both, right? And I'm creating new opportunities for my business by creating a lot of interesting information which I'll share around on LinkedIn, and people can see, visit, and get to know that one, Shubhendu Jha is someone who has knowledge about these things, and two, VB Social is a company who helps with these things. So slowly, gradually, people are getting to know about the both of them, right? And that's something very interesting. Like people, they partake in such things and they do a lot of such things. So I keep on sharing good content, stories, whatever I can find, and I also thoroughly enjoy it. Yeah. So even on LinkedIn, you can see like the kind of content which comes is all about thought leadership. Yeah. Uh, your 12 minutes are time well spent online. This guy is, like sharing some knowledge. Everyone does that. Growing awareness regarding self-care, art, something with art, success stories. So everyone is here to build thought leadership. So artificial intelligence and AdWords, how cool is that? That's something very interesting which really piques my interest as well, right? Product innovations, right? Uh, Digital marketing creates a huge opportunity in India, stuff like that. So thanks. I'm always happy when you like feel that it's adding value. That's what the whole purpose is about, right? Yeah. And again, discussions on stuff. Like I don't look up to a lot of people, but there's this guy, Xiaomi CEO, right, from India, and he's pretty interesting. I'm forgetting the name. Some Jan guy, I just forgot. But he just does a lot of fun stuff. So he'll share a lot of nice experiences. He'll share how like a team of 300 people are running such a big, like India's number one Android phone company, Xiaomi, right? I'll just see if I can find the name. I've just forgotten. Manu Kumar Jain. Got it. I'm not very good with names. Yeah, so this is the guy, and like he's the vice president of Xiaomi. He's managing Xiaomi, and if you go to his personal profile, just see the personal branding this guy does. Okay, I mean, check out his activity. You'll get an idea. I mean, it's actually good. He speaks sense. So, any new functionality which Xiaomi has created, some fun stuff he would do to just feel good. Something he's doing in Europe, right? Then a lot of times he will share knowledge as well, right? How Xiaomi is making India, doing something in India, stuff like that. Um Sometimes he would go to shops and see what all is happening. So something he'll do in the stores, in the back end, right? So it's very interesting, and these kinds of things, guys, is what really makes it interesting for me. I don't know how true or not, but he shares these numbers like rise of Xiaomi, Xiaomi's market in India, uh, others like market share of Vivo, Oppo, Samsung. So me as someone who's into marketing, the kind of knowledge this guy shares with me in terms of market research and in terms of how the mobile phones function is immense. I mean, I can't show you everything he does in like 10 minutes, but if you follow this guy and similar people, they share such great insights about industries that I myself now know a little bit about how the mobile market is, which brand has which share. And tomorrow, if I meet a client, I can speak sense. I can tell him, and I actually do it. So I told a client that Xiaomi already has like a backend panel for internet where they track their employees and resources and whatnot, because I could read it and I can quote such things. And again, it leads back to the same thought that then if I have that knowledge and I share it, people will perceive me as knowledgeable, yes or no? They will perceive that okay, this guy knows about stuff, knows about market, stuff like this. Growth is never it comes through continuous efforts and hard work, right? So again, which how mobile phones are doing in which quarter, right? And as you can easily see, Huawei also has a great market share, right? Many people don't even think that Huawei exists anymore, but if you look out of your cities, even Huawei has a great market share when it comes to mobile phones, right? And when we do a competitor analysis, we always involve Huawei as well. Okay, so great insights. I mean, this is 0.001% of an example I'm showing you. But if you follow the right people, get into the right conversations, you will be on top of your own industry and people will get to know who you are and you can leverage it, right? You can do the great things. So publish articles, use a lot of hashtags when you write something. So these days hashtags have come to LinkedIn as well, right? You can follow hashtags and see what people are talking about. I mean, if I want to talk about venture capital, I can just see what people talk about venture capital and I can search that hashtag and I can get into all the conversations people are talking about VCs, right? And I can talk to people about it. If I want to find any other hashtags, I can do that. So it's all about research, knowledge, see what people are talking about, and leverage it. Right? Always, you can also like go to groups, share articles there, share articles on your own profile, and do a lot of stuff. So in terms of personal brand building, always remember that be active, right? Things which add value to the life of a person, right? Always have a neat, clean, tidy profile. Mention all the things which you do in your current role in a very neat way, in a very nice manner. Always ensure that you have updated your job titles, you have skills, you have mentioned all the skills, right? Give endorsements to each other. We should all give endorsements to each other. So if someone comes to my profile, they can see what all skills I carry, right? It's all which people give each other. Recommendations by people, languages, certifications, awards, right? Although I'm not a very big fan of awards because I don't like them. But if you win awards, I'll show you Soumya's profile, right? So she's done some magnificent campaigns, some with me, some without me, and she's won a lot of awards. And it's very nice to put on your profile. Like when we were in Ogilvy, we worked on a lot of campaigns where we worked together for Dabur, right? So these are some of the awards she's won. Then she's also won awards for her clients when she was working in Avian. So she's won a lot of awards there. So a lot of interesting stuff which you do, achievements which you do, right? So last year, so in 1 year we got into virtual reality and augmented reality so much that at a tech summit we won best innovator, right? So that was nice. So we won an award for best. So put all those things. These things matter. I know it sounds cheesy, it sounds cliched, but when you put such achievements in place, when you write such things, then people know you understand. That's when once I had sat down and I created an entire strategy deck on the digital landscape in India. So it's a little old now. I don't get the time to update it, but the whole digital landscape, like how many people are internet users, mobile users, TV penetration, how internet users is increasing, smartphones, now, something like this adds a lot of value to people. I share it with all my clients. You know what? This is such an insightful deck which I had made. It took me some time to do it, like in terms of market shares, in terms of platforms, in terms of e-commerce, how the digital landscape is changing, how social media perception is changing. How a lot of people, they downloaded this, and as you can see, it in the end it talks about who the business is and who what VB Social is and what we do and stuff like that, and it has a mention of the organization. So this was also a good marketing strategy. I don't know if you guys can fathom it or not, but giving this knowledge to people meant that in the end you could reach out to me and talk about these things. And when I did float this on the internet, especially on LinkedIn, a lot of people messaged me. Some wanted jobs, some wanted to understand how we could service them. So it was a great brand building effort as well, right? So that's that. And of course, as you know, you can always search for people, add them, send them requests, and send them a message that I'm looking out for so and so. I mean, if I want to reach out to a prospective client, I can always search for a marketing head somewhere, right? And let's say I want to be a little creative. I can like look outside India. I can maybe look at United Kingdom for a change, right? And I can see. So here also, if I find head of marketing, so I can connect with her. I can add a note. Hi, I co-own a digital agency in Delhi, right? We have so and so experience and blah blah. This is our work. More than 200 campaigns successfully delivered. Let us know if we can get in touch for, and always personalize it a bit. Okay, don't I sound like a robot. So you can always say something like, "Hi, Sujas. I went. I looked at green tomato cars, and they're a great initiative, and blah blah. Whatever. Personalize it a bit and send across messages, right? And when you do that consistently for a long time, people do listen to you, right? So I keep a mix of both. And although when you're running a business or when you're managing work, right, you don't get time. I don't get time to do any of it, but still over the years I've tried to get around 5,500 connections, who are people who make sense, who are people who are like both prospective clients and could be prospective resources for me, and like a lot of people from the industry, they are connected to me. So it's my objective to create good content and get the word out there so that they engage with me and they get to know about me, right? In one way or the other, it always works out. Many a times I message people that we can help you out, we can give you our services and this. So they say right now we don't need your services. We'll let you know once we do. And like 1%, 2%, they do come back and they do it. Many times people message directly to me that I would like to know about your business and how you can help us out. Let's meet, let's talk. So it's always that. So from a business point of view, people will always connect to a person because they associate a business with a person. Am I making sense, guys? Are you trying to understand? They will not wait for something called VB Social to call them back. They'll straight away go to Shubhendu, give him a call, and try to understand how can I help them. Right? It's always the person behind the business, right? And hence you need to be active, you need to be present, cover all touch points, be in the places, talk sense, speak sense, and create that personal branding and that aura around you that people get to know more about you. So are you with me up till here, guys? Are you trying to understand what I'm trying to say about LinkedIn? It is in the end all about marketing. Yeah, it is all about marketing. And all the efforts, all the like many a times when I am done with all the classes, my students tell me, sir, it sounds like a lot of effort. The way you tell, you have to like really spend hours in each social media channel every day. But then maybe yes, maybe you can get a resource who'll do it for you. Someone like me doesn't get the time to do any of it, but still somehow the car is moving slowly, slowly, right? I somehow find the time to create content, to put content, to make things fun, to share knowledge, to message people, to ask about things, this and that. So many things we try to do, right? And you really need to have that time and patience and energy to go about it. Okay. Oh, I'm joking. I'm joking. I thought when everyone's like no audio, I will also I get into you. I will get into it with you guys. Like a सब लोग line लगा के when everyone is like in a queue saying no audio, no audio, I'll also join the queue and start saying no audio. Right? It feels nice to be a part of something, following you guys. Right? So power came back. Right? First there was a power cut. Now the power came back. So it's like that. So apologies for that, but as you know, not in my hands. So can you all hear me? Am I audible? Can you all hear me? Correct, Wagis. Correct. It's a very tough job. People, their perception of social media marketing or digital marketing is like it's not that tough. It's very easy. It's not, but it's rewarding. If you put in the right efforts, if you put in the right hard work, if you put in the right energy, it will really reward you. Imagine the even if you look at like an organization as small as VB Social, what are we? We are just like 15 people uh, doing digital marketing, right? Small fish. LinkedIn is all about job openings. It's all about topical stuff, about sharing knowledge, right? Whereas Instagram is all about sharing experiences, the office life, what all happens in the office, stuff like that. Facebook is more about fun. I mean, when you do it for so many clients, you don't even get the time to do it for yourself. And then also we try to, keep it different. So imagine our struggle. right? I'm not trying to say that it's a lot which we do, like, but you have to. There is no other way. For a business like Zomato, Practo, you really need to be out there. You really need to, have a different school of thought for each social media channel and leverage it. Depends, Medha. There is no right answer. Like I said, whatever questions you come across here, they will always be subjective. Some people do it for a few hours and they do well. Some people do it for entire day and also don't perform. So it's totally up to you. What are your views on automating it with certain softwares? That just makes life easy. That's it. I mean, at the end of the day, you have to be creative and strategic, right? If you don't have a strategy and you're not creative, how will you leverage it, right? I mean, you need to be creative. Marketing at the end of the day is like shooting an arrow, right? And you need to aim the right thing, and you will fail 100 times, but maybe 5 times you will shoot the right spot, right? Will hit the bullseye. So it's like that. So maybe automating makes life a little simpler, but that would really not, change things drastically. You need to be creative, have a strategy in place. You need to understand how the audience is, think how you can leverage them, and stuff like that. So just imagine, just two examples here. I'm a digital agency, and my clients are prospective business owners or marketing heads. So one, I create a deck which has insights on the landscape and I promote it. So that's one way of trying. One is I keep on creating articles which people can go on my website and read. That's one way of trying. One is I keep on posting a lot of innovative stuff we do, games and websites and this. That's one way of doing. And I'm just seeing what works best for me. Sometimes one does, sometimes other. You just have to keep on trying until something works out for you. That's it. That's how it always is. Yes, it is hard work, no doubt. And there's no fixed hours. Sometimes we are not able to post anything on our channels for weeks because we are so much involved in work. Sometimes when the workload is a little lesser, we do a lot of stuff. So it totally depends, right? So to summarize stuff, add value to your content, focus on meaningful interactions. Just don't add anyone just for the heck of it. Please trust me. Only connect with people on LinkedIn who you know one day will come back and benefit you. It's a very selfish thing to say, but like Philip Kotler said, marketing is all about forming. Does anyone know? Marketing is all about forming profitable relationships, right? So form relationships, but they should be profitable. So connect with people who will add value to your life. If not today, maybe tomorrow, definitely. So connect with relevant people, share relevant articles, blog posts, offer solutions, drive thought leadership, and avoid outright promotion. Don't do that. Free app download, free demo, 250 off on first install. Whenever you see stuff like this, just look at them. You know now what happens next. Turn around and start running in the opposite direction. Just start running because that's not the right way of doing marketing, especially on LinkedIn. No, you don't do it like that. It really comes off as very off-putting and unattractive, like a bad mouth smell. So don't do stuff like that, right? Create good content, authentic content, rich content, things that like attract to people, add value to them. Don't just outright promote. Like, if I today start best SEO service Delhi, 6 keywords, full package. If I start saying like this, there's a place for me in hell then, because it doesn't. So you are making fun of social media. It doesn't work like that, right? So no. So avoid outright promotion. Be smart. Create good content, be authentic, right? Have a good, so some technical hygienic things. Have a good display picture, update all your sections, use keywords, avoid writing large paragraphs in your profile, use bullets, have a custom URL, add photos, videos, like award presentations, endorsements, get recommendations and stuff, and that will really help you add value. Talking about brand promotion, the next leg. Now that's again very interesting. You know why? Because when we talk about brand promotion, there are a few things which come into mind. Like first and foremost, just like on Facebook, we have a page. On LinkedIn, we have something known as a company page, right? The one which I was just showing you, right? So you can create a company page and people can follow it, can mention it. So whenever like if you have someone who's working in your organization, or if you are working in any organization, it will always look good to mention the company name in your profile because it really adds value. So today, if I want to hire someone, I can go to their profile and see, acha, so this guy is working here and he's a trader here and he used to work in this company. It's a very nice company. So what did he used to do here? Oh, it's a big company. So you can do that research. I mean, you can see. I can also see, oh, one of my friends is a friend with him. So I'll ask him, I'll send him a message that how you used to work with Shubhendu. Is he a good resource? Like, what was your experience like? I'm looking to hire him for a so and so role. Do you think it will be a good, So now you see when I say LinkedIn really makes hiring easy. Are you getting me what I'm trying to say? It's a very small world. I can see where the candidate worked. I can see who all of my friends worked there. I can send them a message and blah blah and whatnot. Right? So the world has come very closer, right? And things have become very interesting. And I can add that legitimacy. As a company page, I can create a lot of good content about what all we do. We can share news articles. These days we are into hiring, so a lot of articles on hiring. We're looking for people and stuff. So stuff like that. Some innovation we do, right? This is the brain sensor technology which I was talking about, mind wave sensor, which we did. You know, some normal wishings like wishing people a happy new year and stuff like that, right? Stuff like that. So all these things we create. This is the article I was telling you about, right? 7 important social media trends that will rock 2018. So stuff like that. Share knowledge, share gyan, share a lot of things, add value to the life of people. See, this is the virtual reality experience, one of the first ones which we made, right? um, we made a game where you could drive a car for road safety. So this is the setup. So from finding the vendor who will design to the vendor who will code to finding the vendor who will set up the kiosk for us. Right? We're a creative agency. We don't do all this. So we found all of that and on LinkedIn, and then we did the entire thing. So stuff like this always works pretty well and um, helps you out. So that's that. So you can create that content and you can create a content strategy which adds value to the lives of people. And just like a Facebook page, you can measure insights here as well. It's really that simple. All you have to do is go to this thing, updates here on the backside, on the top, and you can see. So you can see analytics for visitors, how many people came to your page, right? You can see analytics for updates, the reach impressions bit. What were the impressions, what were the clicks like, so I can see my top performing. So probably I did a post which got a lot of engagement, the job opening ones. So as you can see, the job opening posts have a lot of clicks as opposed to the other ones. Even the mindwave sensor one has a lot of them, right? I wish I had more time, yeah, so that I could do a lot of stuff on LinkedIn. I don't have time. Like Shah Rukh Khan said once in Kal Ho Na Ho, सिर्फ वक्त ही तो नहीं है मेरे पास. I wish I had. I wish I had a twin brother who was younger to me, so that I could boss him and make him do work, and I could just do all these things. I love experimenting on social media, but one has to earn a living as well. Such is society, so can't help it, right? But anyway, so it's fun. You experiment with content, see how it gets visibility, how you engage and stuff. And then one thing which is very cool is in terms of followers, you can see how your company is doing, right? I can even see how I fare next to some of really big agencies in Delhi. I started my career with Dentsu Web Chutney, right? That place is like home to me. I love it, right? Um, and I can see how I'm faring to these company pages as well. Big companies, huh? These are very big companies, and that's that. So it's great. You can always see insights about how you do stuff. Very quickly, I'll show you something so that whatever I've been saying makes sense to you. Okay, so name an e-commerce company very quickly. You have 3 seconds. Three, two, one, zero. You guys lost it. Okay, Khushali, fastest finger first, huh? Myntra, Flipkart, okay. Chalo Flipkart. Let's take Flipkart. Guys, wake up. I know you guys are hungry. Just some more time and I'll release you guys. Don't worry. But I hope you guys are having fun, yeah. That's what's important right now. Give me a minute. I'll switch my Wi-Fi, okay? Just hang on. I'll switch my Wi-Fi. Give me a minute. Can you all hear me? Am I? Oh, no, you can't. Can you all hear me now? Can you hear me? I moved to a faster Wi-Fi. तब मैंने phone पे connect किया था. I was on phone. Like phone's hotspot because light was getting disconnected, no? So, so this is Flipkart's Facebook page, and as you can see, they have a cute cutout photo. Sofa le rahe ho ya trampoline. So basically, Valerie, these are two kids who are enacting as adults and talking about their experiences while buying a sofa, right? Uh, um, uh, so Alok, it's not like that. because the first Facebook session is more theoretical and a starter kind of a thing, so it sounds very theoretical and not very interactive. But as we move forward, we do talk about things where interaction is there. So like they say, don't judge a book by its cover, don't judge a person by their lover, and don't judge a teacher by the first session. These sayings are very popular for since ancient times. So, but I'm glad you're liking it and learning. That's what matters, right? So that's what's cool. Okay, so jump from altu faltu test, some fun consumer centric content, right? And see, the hashtag is nice. Be furniture. So it's a wordplay on furniture, right? I love creativity. When people they do such creative things, I respect them. So that's nice. Be furniture. Whether you're the fastest pilot in the galaxy or a box of happiness, every big story begins somewhere. Solo Star Wars, again on Star Wars. And can you notice this is a carton? They've used a carton delivery box. Can you notice it? Did anyone notice? So very smartly they've integrated their carton, that cardboard carton in the background so that it increases familiarity with the brand. Hello guys, are you there? Can you hear me? Am I audible? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, no more jumping tests, right? Uh, happy customers. Thanks AB de Villiers. So thanking AB de Villiers, right? Uh, some Shahid Kapoor doing something, right? Um, some fashion content, sneakers, okay. Uh, Bittu ki shadi, some campaign on wedding clothes and stuff like that. It's the wedding season as well, no? June is also a wedding season, right? So they've created a series called Bittu ki shadi, very consumer driven. Table, again on table. So all products, right? Happy birthday, Ruskin Bond, topical. Now tell me something. This is very consumer driven content and they're selling uh, stuff through influencers and using consumers to do things. Do you think their LinkedIn will also be same? Do you think their approach to content on LinkedIn will be similar? See Deadpool, it's a topical on Deadpool. So come, let's look at their LinkedIn page. So one thing which I want you guys to remember, every social media channel has a different strategy. Okay, so exactly not the same audience. So Walmart invests into Flipkart, again building authenticity, building the wow factor of the company, flaunting that your company is amazing. Customer experience is the true differentiator delivered by an organization. And for Flipkart, this is what where all the action happens, right? Talking about customer experiences and how good they are, right? Interview with someone, vice president of product. Okay. Flipsters are people who work in Flipkart. So they have a band and they play music. So something on that. Like the work culture is amazing, right? Photos from some awards which they did. They won some awards, right? Again, some cool fashion show their employees did. Their employees have a lot of fun, by the way. Interns and how interns have a lot of fun at Flipkart, right? Uh, can an incremental processing model pioneer? So some news article on technology on e-commerce. Now it's a very educating one. Why passengers within Flipkart's airport never miss a flight? And very interesting, right? That how they mention these checkpoints and stuff like that. Nowhere they're selling anything. Okay, uh, latest scribble on online shopping showcases. So some showcase for wedding season they've done slideshow, right? Product management sessions. They're educating employees on product management. They're not selling products anywhere here, right? uh, uh, an interview again, something, okay, farewell of the CEO, right? So stuff like that. So nowhere do you see that the content is similar. So what can you summarize from this? What do you get from this? What do you understand? What can you summarize from this? Anyone? So what is the key learning here? No direct selling. It's about the company. Facebook is about the brand because it's more consumer centric. LinkedIn is about building aspiration for the company, adding wings, showing that my company is the best. It has the best employee experiences, best resources, best, I would say, tools to market. we have all the technological and operational things you require. And like Shah Rukh Khan said, I'm the best, I'm the best, I'm the best. And the crowd said, yes, you are the best. So it's like that. So building on that saliency and showing to the world that, yes, this is something to look for. And these three things go hand in hand. Because the Flipkart CEOs are hotshots and people respect them. That's why Flipkart also is very popular today, because it is the first e-commerce giant from India, right? And that's how the saliency is. So they carry a lot of baggage with them as well, like a lot of weightage on their shoulders, right? So it's all about business on LinkedIn. It's all about company. It's all about operations. It's all about technology. It's all about things which are beyond a consumer marketing proposition, and that's something you have to look at. So, guys, are we clear up till here? How it's different? What is brand marketing, and what is and how companies leverage LinkedIn? Are you all clear up till here? Yeah. Yes. No. Anything? Yeah. Why so slow? Okay. So now we'll move. Now we'll descend towards the landing. Now we'll move towards the final leg. So LinkedIn has an advanced search filter. Like I said, you can search for people on the basis of their job titles, their experiences, and whatnot. Right? LinkedIn also has some premium services. So if you like, you can't just use the free services, but when you do it professionally, you'll face some problems. Like if I let's say I'm looking for clients and I go here and I search for um, owner at something, right? So I'm looking at business owners and I keep on searching for all these people. So do you know what will happen? Like when I come to the fourth or fifth page, LinkedIn will say you have expired all free searches. Now switch to premium. Okay. So then it will make me move towards LinkedIn premium services where I can pay a monthly installment and I can get free messages and stuff like that. Connect with people, make a sales dashboard, add leads to it, follow up and stuff like that. So it's again for the professional people who want to leverage LinkedIn, and it requires some money. So the career one where you can look at HRs and job openings is starts like 1,000 something rupees per month, whereas the sales one is a costly one, around 5,000 rupees per month. So it's a costly one, but these premium solutions help you network more. So whatever you can do from a free LinkedIn account, you can do more from a premium one. Like uh, especially if you're a business and you go for a sales navigator one. Around 10-15 minutes are left, not much. 10-15 minutes max, right? So not much. So it's okay. I'm recording this. So you can always look at the recording. That's not a problem, right? So that's really not an issue. So you can search. So it gives you an advanced search. So you can find people by their experiences, job titles, and stuff like that. You can see who's viewed your profile. You can search as many people. You also get lead recommendations. So LinkedIn's AI will tell you these are prospective customers, and you can reach out to them, right? So it'll also give you an extension to connect with people, and it could very quickly put in their email IDs and send them mails and whatnot, CRM kind of stuff. And then of course LinkedIn also has ads, which I'll do in a bit, don't worry, right? So okay, so that's what LinkedIn is about in an organic sense. And if you create a good content strategy and if you're very active yourself, within weeks you can see results. Like people will start engaging with you, people will start, acknowledging your, I would say, content and stuff like that. Okay, I just clicked on this by mistake. Okay, so you can do that. Talking about ads, if you see, just like Facebook and Twitter, LinkedIn also has an ad platform, right? If you scroll in the news feed, you can see that a lot of relevant business centric ads appear, right? Like this is an ad which I'm getting, it says promoted, right? Join thousands of top tech investors, founders at Rise. Rise is an event in July, right? So it's asking me to book a ticket for it and subscribe for a registration and whatnot. So it's an event which happens. And again, I'm seeing an ad. And on LinkedIn, you know what? It's so cool. You can target people by their job titles, by their designation, and stuff like that. So it's very cool. I mean, if I want to target business owners, I can just target business owners because they've put that in LinkedIn. I'll just show you in a bit. It's actually very cool, right? Similarly, uh, bit to Tiki Wala is on LinkedIn. Come on, that has to bring a smile to your face. Like Joker said, let's bring a smile to your face. Yeah. Come on, you have to love this. Bit to Tiki Wala is also on LinkedIn, right? So stuff like that. Uh, this is also an agency, bang in the middle, right? And they're winning some awards and stuff. Uh, Yeah, so any business can leverage anything. So this is again something the media and so media agency partnership program. Media buying helps us grow our business by 30%, right? Offer media buying services to your clients, no more. Now tell me something. Do you think this is relevant to me? Yes, it is because I'm a creative agency and I can partner with a media agency and I can ask them to get me media. Media means ads like billboards, magazine ads, TV ads, maybe even online ads and stuff like that. Yeah. So offer media buying services to your clients. Can you believe it? This company is targeting me as an agency owner, right? And it is saying offer media buying services to your clients, and it's bang on targeting, bang on, because yes, I do have clients and I can offer media buying services to them on their behalf. So it's an amazing targeting. Whenever you see an ad, ask yourself just one question: why am I being targeted? It'll always be a fun experience. So traveling for work, get unlimited flight modifications, discount rates, GST, invoice assurance, and more using MyBiz. Do you think this ad makes sense for me? Yes, it does because I do travel a lot for work. So we have clients outside. Yes, yes, we do, and it makes sense. And as a business owner, maybe something like this can help me out. So nothing is, like random. Everything is targeted and specifically. In fact, something like this really intrigues me because I would want to know. If you ever follow our Insta, you'll see we travel a lot. There's a lot of traveling that happens, right? Maybe when we have to travel for work, there's a lot of stuff that happens. And if something like this saves us money, why not? Definitely yes. It's a business. You have to save money. Yes or no? It's all about getting as much savings as you can. So why not? Definitely. So stuff like that. So talking about running ads, right? There are two kinds of ads which you can run on LinkedIn. Is if you see here, Google is also running ad. It's a Google inventory, right? So if you click here, you can see. AdRoll is the media network who's running it, right? Sorry, AdRoll. This runs by AdRoll, right? So AdRoll works with brands to provide ads that are relevant and useful. Okay. So this inventory is being taken by AdRoll, and as you can see, they're running an ad for What Runs Where. It's a software. On their website yesterday, and this is a retargeting ad, right? And it's also inventory. So talking about ads on LinkedIn, so one are self-serve ads which you can run yourself. Like you have to do nothing. You there's an ads manager. You go there and you can run ads. And other is premium services where LinkedIn becomes your agency and you have to these LinkedIn marketing solutions. So LinkedIn becomes your agency and you have to and they give you premium services and inventories. So it's a very costly. Only big brands can do this one because it's very costly. So LinkedIn will become an agency, put an account management resource, put up a team who will make ads for you, give you inventory. So a costly affair. And this one is how we do it on Facebook and Twitter. The self-serve app. So you can run this on LinkedIn Ads Manager and you can do it. So I'll just show you how to do it, and you guys will get an idea, right? Uh, cool. So let's go to LinkedIn and do it. That's better. Hang on for a second, please. So the chat window, I tell you, oh God, I need to write somewhere. I need to write to go to meeting. Doesn't move. So if you go to advertise here, so there's a square box on the top, and if you go to advertise here, sorry. So if you go to advertise here, you will see which is the LinkedIn Ads Manager platform. It tells you what all kinds of ads you can run. It has a very nice explanation of everything, right? When you want to run ads, you just click on create ads here. You'll have to set up a card. So there's different ad accounts which I manage. Let's go to VB Social. I always make this mistake that opens the company page. This is the ad account, right? So now it is exactly same like Facebook and Twitter. Exactly same. This is the campaign dashboard which I was telling Punita about. It is exactly same. Right now there's no campaign running, so it's all zero. But if you're running a campaign, it will show here. You click on create a campaign here and you can make a new campaign. Then you can choose. Do you want a sponsored content which comes in the news feed here in the center? Do you want that? Something like this which comes in the center? Or do you want text ads which come on the top here? This thing, the top ads. Do you want a text ad here, or do you want to send a message to people like a sponsored in mail? So a message will go. So let's say if I want to choose a sponsored content, right? So then I can choose what kind of ad, what the campaign will be. It can be a test campaign, what the language will be, what format I want. So I can pick all those things. And once I've set it up, then I can choose what is my objective. Remember, the first thing was objective: send people to website, collect leads, get video views. So let's say I want to send people to my website. Sorry for that. Just a bad throat, guys. Why can't I select it? Can I shut this? Yes. Great. So here. So what kind of click ad will I run? Article, image, or link, or video? So I want an image ad, let's say hypothetically. Okay. बहुत ही simple. It's very easy. It's very simple. So either I can advertise an existing post or make a new one. Let's say I advertise an existing one, right? So this is how it will look like. Job opening now hiring. It's a job opening post, right? Something like this. Or I can make a new one. So when let's say if I want to use an existing one only, now this is the place where the magic happens, the targeting. So let's say I'm targeting, let's say I'm running an ad for getting clients. So I'll target people who are in India, right? Hypothetically, it's up to me. And I can target people by their job titles, and that's so cool. I mean, I can target marketing managers, I can target marketing coordinators, brand managers, I can target marketing heads, right? Sorry, marketing heads. I can target marketing officers, heads of sale marketing. I can target uh, business owners, right? I can target owners, GMs, founders, co-founders. Don't you think it's very cool? Yes or no? So in India, it's found around 17 lakh people with this title. I can make it more niche. Maybe I can just search Delhi, right? And I can now in Delhi, it's found 2 lakh people with this. Yeah, yeah. So it's there, right? And similarly, I can target people by company. If I want to target a particular company, let's say I want to target all the employees in Honda. Let's say I'm Hero and I want to target all the people in Honda. Or I'm Flipkart, I want to target all the people who work in Snapdeal. Right? Let's say I'm hiring people and I need, so I can target all the people who work in Snapdeal. How cool is that? I can target people by industry, by fields of study, by degrees, by experience, by groups and anything by company connections, right? Stuff like that. So it's very cool. And once you set all of that up, then you can, uh, again, Punita, it depends on the objective. Like I said, there is no right or wrong answer. Sometimes a broad audience is good because it's about awareness. Sometimes when it's about generating leads, you can be as specific as you want and you'll have to experiment. So I always experiment with 20, 30 audiences to see what works best for me. So it's not like I'm evading the question. It is how we do it in real life. We experiment. When I run an ad campaign, if you go into an ad set, there are 20 ad sets running. 10 types of creatives, 10 types of targeting. And after 3 days, I realize what works and what doesn't work, and then I put all the money in that. Hard work pays. How else will I justify sales and numbers to my clients, right? So it's not like फटाफट एक ad बनाया चला दिया ऐसा नहीं होता. It doesn't work like that. It's not like very quickly I'll make an ad and I'll do it. Doesn't work like that. Okay, so it's not that. So cool. So let's say if I'm targeting something like this, then I move forward, and then I can put a bid type, CPC, CPM, whatever. What is my daily budget? How much am I willing to pay per click? It's very costly. Minimum bid is 81 per click, right? So generally it's 100 rupees per click. Very costly. LinkedIn ads are very costly. Other advertisers are bidding between 203 to 271 per click, right? So it's quite the costly ad platform. So if you spend 2000 rupees, you will get only 10 clicks. Not even that, 9 clicks, right? So it's like that. And then you schedule your campaign and you can run it. So that's pretty much it. That's LinkedIn ads for you guys. And that's pretty much it. And you can leverage ads to get visibility, target people, reach out to the right audience, and create engagement programs. So that's all about LinkedIn today. Whew, long session, right? A lot to take, I guess. Yes. Did you enjoy? I hope I was able to teach you new things and you guys enjoyed the session. Yeah, good. Wow, how time passes away, I can't even like feel. It's been more than 4 hours and I can't even realize that. That's almost 4 hours, sorry. Ah, great, perfect, cool. So I'm glad you guys learn new things. So can I see you guys more active on LinkedIn now and more active on Twitter, right? Can I expect you guys to be more active? Well, these are not basics, Valerie. Basics would have been me teaching how to make a Twitter profile, how to make a LinkedIn profile, how to post on LinkedIn. That would have been basics. But we actually went and saw how brands leverage real time hashtags, how they do contests, how they engage with audiences, how they get into conversations. We went to LinkedIn and we saw how to do brand building, how to build our own thought leadership, how businesses do things differently, how we can leverage ads in both, how we can track analytics in both. So it is not basics. Maybe you have that experience, and for you these are things you're doing, but it's actually something which takes a lot of time to get a hold of, right? I mean, tomorrow when you think of a strategy for one client and another for a different one, then you really need to leverage these things in a very meticulous way. So it's not, these things are not basics, might be for you, but for many people they're still beginning, they're still trying to get a hold of social media, so it's not like that. Yeah. So don't think like that, and just experiment as much as you can on social media, because that's what will add value, right? And trust me, none of you should ever think that I'm not getting solutions for my own business. It can't. If someone is giving you, then they are lying to you without understanding what your own business is, how it functions, what is the competition, what is the landscape, what are some good experimental ideas, and trying them. No one can give you insights, and there are no magical formulas. Please trust me. There's nothing about that. Yeah, I will do that, of course. I will just share that in a bit. So, guys, while I share the task, just fill the feedback form and let me know once you've done it, and I'll share the info about the assignment in a second. Okay. So just fill the feedback form and let me know once you've done it, and I'll just discuss the assignment with you guys. My advice is that go for it. Put your heart and soul into it. Really believe in what you do. Differentiate yourself from others. Don't take other people as benchmark. Do things at your own pace. Try 100 of things to get clients. Meet them personally. Message them. Call them. Create case studies. Do a lot of work and go with it. Just keep pushing. Keep going. It's a tough job, running your own agency is very tough, because you don't only have to find clients, and you don't only have to uh, you only don't have to find clients and business. You also have to find employees and resources who will do it for you, and you can trust them, and you have to manage both. So there are two worlds you are managing at one time, you being in the center. So it's a tough job, but a very satisfying one, and definitely you should do it. And when you get into social media, you have to make yourself proficient with the platforms, with content, with ideas, with design, with art, with technology, and all those things. So you need to keep yourself in the center of all of it. So yes, it takes some hard work, but results are also equally beautiful. So all the best to you for that, and I hope to see you do it pretty well, and I'm sure you will. Right? Done. Thanks. I have a couple of questions. Sure. So today's session is all about LinkedIn and Twitter, right? I don't want to delve into too much details, because then I will, as always, give away with answers and stuff. But what you guys have to do is you have to think of a strategy for Twitter and LinkedIn. So when you're a business, Twitter is more of a consumer-centric platform. So what are the different things you can do, to leverage it? So for example, if it's LinkedIn, right? So how can you use LinkedIn to create visibility? So that maybe you can take a case of an FMCG company. What kind of pillars you will use: humor, controversial, industry trends, whatever, right? And as a B2B company, what are the strategies you can use to involve people who can help you, add some wings to your business? Similarly for Twitter, what kind of hashtags you can make? What kind of hashtags you think will work out? How frequently will you post? How will you hijack conversations and stuff like that? So it's a very fun one, and it's more about all the practicalities and stuff that we discussed. So go ahead and do it. It's really nice. And once you do it, we also have explanations as always under it. So you'll be able to understand how we want you to think. And the main objective here is to make you guys think of the difference between all the social media channels. And while theoretically it sounds right, but when you put some ideas to it, then you'll understand, yeah, they are different and how to go about it. So Go ahead and do that. Okay. So has everyone else filled the feedback form? Have you all done it? Thanks, Wagis. Thanks a lot. Has everyone else filled the feedback form? Have you all done it? Yeah. Okay, great. You guys are awesome. Wonderful people. Cool then. So those of you who are tired can, call it a day, say your goodbyes. Those of you who have questions, I'll answer them. Okay. So I'll take them one by one. Uh, so first, Punita, you can ask me what you wanted to. Go ahead. Ask. I think you can change the URL on Facebook once you have a lot of followers. See, these are technical things, not related to marketing, and these things change every day. Like, earlier you could change the URL of your Facebook if you had 25 likes, then it changed to 100. So I don't know what the current rule is because they change it every day. Right now, I know that you can't change the username of your Facebook page if you don't have 200 likes or something like that. So the best way of doing it would be to either go to settings and check it on your company page, right? What it's asking you that you will have to get so many likes or whatever. Else, you can always, check Facebook community. I mean, um, just Google unable to change Facebook URL. You know, that's it, right? And just search it. So Facebook community people, can't change my page username URL. Just go through them and they'll guide you. The problem is these things change every day, so I've stopped keeping a track of them. I just have, right? And you have a lot of people answering these queries, so just have a look at that or go to your settings here and try to change it and see what it says. Okay, these are just platform based technical questions, so they just keep on changing every day. Earlier, Facebook didn't show insights for pages who were not active for 6 months. Now it's become 1 month, right? And some pages also see it within 15 days. So I still don't know how it works. So these are all Facebook ke side ki things which Facebook decides. So it's very tough to answer such things. Okay. So just give it a shot, and if it doesn't happen, then you let me know. Then I'll look into it into detail. Okay. Don't worry. Sure. What else? Punita, any other question you have which I can answer? Creating an ad is okay as long as you have access to the ad manager account and Facebook page. You need access of both, right? To run an ad for someone else, you need two things: their ad manager account, else you'll have to run the ad from yours and you'll have to pay, and you'll need access to their page. So you'll have to be an admin of their page. So you need access to both the things, or at least one, which is their page. You have to be a page admin to run an ad because else you won't be able to put it in your ads manager. Okay. So in the end, in ads manager, when you go to choose a page, that page will not come because you're not an admin. So कैसे चलाओगे? You can't, right? So that's that. Okay. Any other question which I can answer of yours? Please let me know. And guys, please fill the feedback form. Those of you who haven't, please. We used to work with an agency and they had made a business manager account. I hate it. Ads manager is the best. Business manager is a headache with their company as the owner. They had got us the verified tick mark on Facebook. Now, according to them, they say that if they transfer the ownership to us, the verified badge might go. I'm not sure because if once it's verified, it's verified, and the business manager account does not get verified, the page gets verified. Okay, so your page has gotten verified, and that's probably because Facebook has, verified it and that it has correlated with information. So I don't think so. It will happen. It doesn't make sense to me. Business manager is just a tool which helps you manage pages and ads. It has not got anything to do with verification. So no, I don't think so. It doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. I don't think so. Any other questions, guys? You want me to ask anything else? Please do. Welcome. So on my page, I ran an ad and for my friend and put in the URL. On your page, you ran an ad and for your friend and you put your. Well, for an experiment, it's okay. See, if you're experimenting with ads, that's fine. I mean, I can go to VB Social's page and I can put in a link to anything and advertise. So that's okay if it's an experiment. But if I'm advertising my own business and I should do it from my own page and on my own content, right? So that's a different thing. So if you're experimenting, then that's okay. You're learning stuff. That's okay. And it's cool. But from a business point of view, you should have a proposition coming out from your own page and you should advertise it. Okay? Obviously, you'll market your own business, right? From a business point of view. So yeah, cool then. Any other thing, guy? Any other question? Sorry, you want me to answer any other thing? Yes, pixel code is per website and per ad manager account. One Shubhendu can make only one ad manager account and he will get only one pixel which he can put only on one website. You can make an ad manager account and give me an access. Khushali can make an ad manager account and give me an access. But one human being can create only one ads manager account and can get only one pixel. You can put it on one website. Okay? So yes, one pixel code per website. There's no point in having two pixel codes on one website. That makes no sense. Okay, cool. So is that it? Great. So cool. So if there are no questions, then let's call it a day, right? And you guys can also rest. And I'll see you guys next weekend. Guys, please do your assignments. Your coordinators keep on telling me that the assignments don't come in. They're not coming. I'm like, they will, they will. They must have questions. So I'm batting for you guys, but please, please submit your assignments. It's very important for us to evaluate. See, your progress is not only by the sessions, but by the assignments you submit as well. And then internally, we have to audit how each of you is performing and progressing. So please do that. It will really help me in also evaluating how you guys are doing it. So humble request, please finish your assignments and share it with us on time. Can I expect it from you? Will you all share the pending assignments and this week's assignment by next week? Can you do it? Yes, Khoshali, you do. Your coordinators will answer that because they manage the whole thing. So those guys work tirelessly to make it a great experience for you, right? So kudos to them. They're great people and just get in touch with them and they'll be more than happy to help you. Okay? Great. Okay, then thanks a lot, guys. You guys are great. Thanks for being patient with me. Yes, it was a tremendously long session. It was a long one. So take care and do well and be good and see you guys next weekend. Have fun. Goodbye and see you guys uh, next week. Okay, so great. Okay, then take care. See you guys. Bye. Bye. See you. Bye. Bye bye. All the best. See you.